Wait, no, actually delete.
On how to beat Team 2K TV.
The strategy is just to move the ball, get some shots up, and
Yeah.
I don't think we have to do too much, but you never know.
Let's do it.
Yes.
Yeah, the stream is started. Let's go. Welcome everyone. Paradise FFB. Blah 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 blah.
TV for today. We've got
Let's
John.
get straight into it.
Starting for the visiting Philadelphia 76ers. At power forward, Paul Reed. At the other forward position, Kelly Oubre Jr.
I actually don't want to stay with this team because it's not really the best team, the 76ers team. So why am I playing against the Bucks? The Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. They've got Joel Embiid.
They actually
Paul
should
Reed
be
is out
fine.
there with Kelly Oubre. Then it's MP and it's Maxey in at the two
Play
spot.
5
And
minutes,
for the
so
Bucks,
it's
the
not
heavyweights for this team, Middleton and Giannis at forward. Then there's Willie Hernan-Gomez.
Okay,
There's
let's
Damian
see the
Lillard,
first
and it's Foster
screen
in
by
at the shooting
Embiid.
guard
What's he
position.
gonna do?
I'm glad these teams
Wide
are in the
open?
same conference, Clark.
Oh,
This
right.
is such a great
First
rivalry.
shot.
I want to see it as much as
First,
possible.
okay, let's
Yeah,
go.
you know that rivalry component
But actually, I might
adds
go
the
to the
tension,
Bucks
BA.
though.
One
You
thing
know, I
we
want to
know,
go to a fun
when they
team
get
because this
together,
team is
it
not really.
gonna be done.
To the paint.
I don't want to risk laying that up.
MP, the pass to Reed.
No, no,
To
no.
MP.
Okay. Maxi, floppy. Run,
Pocket
please.
six. Maxey on the wing.
He did not run the play, but he shoots a contested three-pointer in the corner. Yeah, that's a good idea.
And about a minute
Yeah,
left in the
bye-bye.
first quarter. And the ball out of play. The Sixers will have it.
Let's actually turn on some background music now that we're at it, actually. Yeah, that's fine.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so
I hope the
far.
others to start that shit.
MP
Just
against
some backup audio.
Lillard. MP scanning the floor. Just 5 on the clock. Late clock. The Sixers need to pull one
Come
up
on.
here. And Oubre gets
Oh.
it to go.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
It's good to be back, guys. It's been a while.
I mean, he can be
You know?
a difference maker for him
Uh-oh.
when he's on his game.
The shot by Lillard. No good.
But yeah, man, just had some ups and downs in life, but it's fine. Life can knock you down, but you won't stay down. Just take some time to recover, and then shit
MP against
will
Lillard.
So don't worry about it. Don't worry about too much
MP
about
outside.
guys. Because it is what it is at the end of the day. Like you can't
Pass to
control stuff.
Embiid. For three, Maxey. Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the board.
And that's a strong closeout defensively. Great effort to deter the shot.
And when it comes to Giannis
Just leaving
Antetokounmpo,
Lillard open like
such
that.
a lovable
Just-
player on and off the floor. Clark.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, he's just
Giannis
such a
back in the
carefree,
oh, don't my
gregarious,
goodness, God.
outgoing personality, somebody that doesn't take himself too seriously, and he likes to tell his fair share of dad jokes too, which is pretty endearing.
Now here's MP. From deep three-point range. Second shot opportunity. Reed.
Boy, that defense smothered him in there. Love the intensity.
Here's Lillard.
Oh, he spins off
And a
me
great
easily.
assist by
That's actually
Antetokounmpo.
crazy.
That one goes in.
Giannis's teammates know he's selfless. He's going to get the ball to the open guy, and it's on you to find your shot.
MP against Lillard. Pass to Oubre for three. Sinks it from distance.
Oubre wide open. Shit, man. If Oubre can shoot like that.
I guess they're willing to give him that shot. They may want to rethink that strategy, though.
Timeout called. Milwaukee coming into this having notched to win against Boston in their last.
Also play on restricted minutes because it's just like I don't understand this team. Like it's not a bad team, but it's
Milwaukee Bucks trailing by
trying
8.
to play for
Taking
the
a look at
76ers.
Philadelphia. They've got MP. He's out there with Maxey. Kelly Oubre out
I
there.
want to do
with
something
Reed.
different.
And it's Prosper in at the
Not
powerful
all,
with
not
precision.
like
Come
always
on, man.
made
Did
for
you
the
see? I mean,
same
just
team. It's
using
kinda-
his strong frame to absorb the contact and still able to finish. Wow.
Here's MP following the score
The
by
screen
Milwaukee.
absolutely just does nothing. The-
6 to shoot.
The screen ain't working.
Lets it go
I'm
from
about to
deep.
pull it off.
And that one's
Oh,
good. That
it's
makes it 2
flash.
for 3.
A
You
dozen
see it?
consecutive points off of threes. This defense looks rattled. And guys, now that they're rolling from out there, the defense has to really get up into them. You've got to almost be in their jerseys to try to deny those looks.
Now here's Lillard down low. And there's
Nah,
Richards.
you're
Oh,
in
the
career
assist by
mode.
Lillard.
Hey, they're just getting
That's
pushed
good.
around inside. Yeah, you can't say that with
Microphone's
enough
out.
emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough
Okay,
down
right,
low. You got to play
step
with some physicality in
back.
the
He
paint.
does not
MP
really
against
get
Lillard.
through. So that's why I have to try one time step back,
MP
flat, flat.
outside.
Okay, let's try.
Launches it. And the
But he does get the
76ers
offensive
it back.
rebound. Thank you very much. Let's see. Can you set a good screen? Please just set a good screen. Like you don't have to be.
The 3.
That's it. That's it. Just set a good
9
screen.
points in the game.
And now
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
If you look back on Sixers history, the list of legendary big men is a long one.
Exactly, B.A. And let me tell you this. Embiid's name is right there near the top of that list. You know, you think about the likes of Chamberlain, Moses Malone, those guys certainly on the list. Embiid joining them, that says a lot.
Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second.
I see you.
Slams
Wide
it
open.
down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now.
Now's the time to do it. Keep attacking that rim.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Well, Damian Lillard
Get the
embraced
camera
the
on
big
me.
moment. He said, quote, I don't know why. I just
Oh
do
no.
it. It's
They got
internal.
an offensive
I'm always talking
rebound.
to myself
Make
like,
sure
quote,
box
I
out
have to find
Giannis.
a way. This is an opportunity to rise and to come up big. You've got to get it going. It's a real thing. You just demand
Rick,
that something
Rick,
extra
Giannis
yourself.
mid-range. Are you
Brian.
kidding?
Thank you, Allie. Game time is very real. The 76ers have gotten
Good
3 of 4
go.
field goals in the second quarter.
Okay, okay.
MP outside.
Okay. Okay, jeez. I can't. I could not do my moves, so it's kind of iffy.
Rebounded by the Bucks. Antetokounmpo's got 4 rebounds now.
So,
Pass to
that's the
Richardson.
Lillard, no, that's the point. I leave Lillard wide open.
Going inside.
That's my fault.
Lillard for
That's
2.
Yeah, Josh Richardson is just not a scorer and defender, folks. He can pass it too.
Can send me a good screen, bro.
MP against Lillard.
I couldn't pull it.
Pass to Maxey. MP outside.
Like the screens don't work like the screen used to work. Like, it's absolutely fine.
Rebounded by the
That's
Bucks.
incredible.
Antetokounmpo's got 5 rebounds in the game.
I don't know.
Here's Middleton.
Like on my other save, I
No
think it's
good
like
there.
pre-patch
They wanna
or
cut it to
something.
single digits.
Like I could
Philadelphia's gone
easily
6
just
of 14
spam
from
out.
the perimeter tonight. MP.
Oh nah.
Richardson showing you his defensive anticipation.
Oh.
Block shot.
Ugh.
And the 76ers making a change here.
Brother,
Embiid's
ugh.
checked in. A minute 9 left to play in the first half.
Brother,
Lillard against MP.
like they don't really
Shot clock
get
at
stuck
6.
on the
Here's
screens.
Oubre from the arc.
Like,
Giannis Antetokounmpo grabs the
but
board.
on my other save, it's kind of
Strong
okay.
from three-point land.
I just
Hit
scored
2 in the
50.
first
Like
quarter.
I just
He's
win
gone
every
dry
match with
since.
44
Portis
points. It's
gets
fine.
the bucket.
And
Like it's
Portis
fun,
is
but I can win the
fantastic
match.
at fending off contact on the way up.
So don't win the shoot. That's it.
Lillard against MP.
Like why can't I set a
Pass to
screen?
Maxey.
Why can't I
Fires
set
the
a
three.
screen? It's not nice.
Another shot. And the officials whistle a
Congratulations.
foul on the shot. The bucket is good, and he'll go.
I don't know what it is with this team. It's just
So
don't.
it's Philadelphia going into
Nothing against them. But as far as going good, I don't got the face cam lights on, so I should put on some lights. Yeah, let me see the gameplay. Just go shoot.
scoreboard. The second half begins
Oh,
with
no
very
way, I
different
can
goals for
actually
these
do
teams.
this.
One side trying
I
to
didn't know
mount a
that. I can
comeback,
use the
one
keypad
side
to
trying to
like
protect
switching
their
over.
lead. Well, the saying is defense wins championships. But in this day and age, don't you need both?
No question, BA. You definitely
That's
do. I
actually
mean, we've seen plenty of
Don't
great
need the
defenses
bam.
flame out in the playoffs because they couldn't put up points. Defense alone isn't enough.
Splash.
You need a balance of both.
At small and power forward, it'll be Middleton and Giannis. Then there's Damian Lillard. Then
Foul
there's
Giannis?
Gomez. And it's
Wanna
Foster
get a
in
foul.
at the 2. That's Doc
You
Rivers
got
5
it.
as we get into the second half. And so Lillard will bring it up for the Bucks. A 12-point game.
No way.
And
It's like
Embiid with the block.
Big fella,
the back
get
of
a little
defense is
angry,
crazy.
Embiid, of course, at the
But the
defensive
defense
end.
of this team is kind of solid. Seriously.
Goes up off the inbound. Against contact. Giannis stays strong.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. And you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Very interesting.
On the wing, MP. Defended by Lillard. Lillard against MP. There's the 3. Gets the 3 to fall. MP's got 12.
He's been a piece of the puzzle tonight, but it's a team effort. Everyone's contributing to this lead.
Elbow shot. The putback. Oh, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Down low.
That's easy.
Embiid puts it in.
Boy, he's been a rock of offensive support so far, and when they've needed a basket, they've turned to him.
Lillard against MP. Lillard outside. To the wing on the left. Pass to Foster. Lillard with the ball. From outside the arc. Oh, MP with a block. Jumps up. Oh, and the
Yup.
dunk by MP.
The big man
That's
draws
what I
so
do.
much
That's
attention,
what
so
I do.
Embiid takes advantage
Really solid game.
of that and finds an open teammate.
Guys actually do not see the scoreboard. Let me change it to down. Where should I actually put it? Down here? Oh no, you guys can see it in general. Uh-oh. Oh no. Wait. Okay. Yeah, I kind of have to edit. Yeah, because I cut it out. Uh-oh. Wait. Let me see. Transform. Oh, okay. This is actually good. But you still don't see the. No. Wait, let me actually see. Hold up. I don't like this. Okay, wait. Transform. No, wait, this is actually the wrong one. Why am I doing this? I don't like this. I'm sorry, guys. It's fine. But I don't want to do the. It's the transformation. It's. No, wait, this is actually so weird. No. Yeah, I actually need to cut a lot of this out.
Here's Middleton.
Oh, I just don't like this. I'm sorry, guys. But I think it should be fine.
attacked on.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Bottom part, just cut this off. I think this should look good.
On that shot.
Yeah, this actually looks a lot better. So when I add it up there,
Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
We should've
Kelly
just-
Oubre picks one up.
just keep it there. Yeah, this should be fine. Okay, it's gotta, you know what I mean? Had some technical issues, but it's fine. That was like easier for the stream and stuff. Yeah, it's better. I wanted you guys, you know, to of course see the stat sheet and
First free throw is good.
all that good stuff.
So highly productive and consistent. A steady contributor night in and night out.
The Bucks making a switch
Okay,
here.
Joel Embiid, you ready to feed?
The
Let's
76ers
actually
have
get
gone
to
4 of 4 in this third quarter. Perfect so far.
What's this?
MP against Lillard. Pass to Embiid.
He just attacks and gets fouled by Giannis. That's actually fine. Okay.
So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. They pen that one on
Make
Giannis
both.
Antetokounmpo.
Love
Because
the
you're
way
down
Embiid
big man.
knows how to play with force down low, which in turn makes the defense get
Well,
visible.
this match actually
Timeout
went
call
pretty
for
well.
Milwaukee.
Pretty easy. 15 point win.
And a quick check now on the teams that led the league from the charity stripe a year ago. Fourth, the Sixers.
It's one thing to be aggressive getting to the line. And last year, they made good on the opportunities when they presented themselves.
MP against Lillard. Looking to end this cold spell. Oh, how about
No
the
way.
control
How
with
did
Lillard?
he
I
expect?
mean, he makes those in his sleep. And I'm sure Lillard's hit harder in practice.
MP against Lillard.
Can't he just have like a
And here's MP.
Joel Embiid?
He's got
Yeah, high
14.
post up. Okay, let's see. No.
Embiid passes to
Get
Embiid.
into
Just
post
4 to
position.
shoot. Back to Embiid.
Oh, that's it. Wide open.
Oh, Embiid imposing his will.
They are shooting the lights out and doing a good job of maintaining this lead.
Not many empty trips for this group. It seems everything's falling for them this half.
And let's send it over to Ali LaForce.
Hey, Brian, well, everybody knows that Giannis Antetokounmpo is not just one of the best bigs in the league, but one of the best teammates all the way around. People say about him, he does everything. His teammates say he deals with guys, takes good care of them, makes sure they're healthy from top to bottom. He's the ultimate leader.
Special talent, Ali, and a special person. Thanks for that. Now here's MP. Pass to Embiid.
Embiid.
Through contact.
Okay.
I'll tell you what, they've rebounded the ball tremendously well.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up.
Joel Embiid
shaping up
actually
to be a
playing
great
good.
game.
Actually playing
Strong
dominant.
performances throughout, and they've really been
Oh.
strong on the glass.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Any
fine.
play to stop that easy layup right there. I mean, make him earn it at the line.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, free throws are always better than a layup.
No
And
Embiid.
the 76ers, look at who they've got. MP is out there with Tyrese Maxey. Then there's Kelly Oubre. Then it's Paul Reed. And it's Prosper in at the 4.
I did not really get the right explosion.
The three is up. Good. And the assist goes to MP. MP's got his 7th assist of the game with that last one.
Go to the middle, go to the middle, go to the middle, go to the middle, go to the middle.
Pass to Portis.
Did I say go to the middle yet?
The 3 is up.
No!
Lillard
Thank
can't
you.
get it to go.
The shooter thought he had enough space, but the defender was right on him.
You know, that's a
Bang!
his defense. Quick to react.
I got heart in the paint.
Close down the shooter and then affect the shot.
And he just driving the stake in him there.
He's a guy who just never lets up.
And that's terribly demoralizing for a defense, guys. I mean, they know he's going to keep coming and coming and coming, and that they may not have an answer for it.
6 on the shot clock.
No.
They get it back. Hernan Gomez. And he can't get that one.
Despite the
Thank you.
defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
MP outside. Three-pointer.
Splash. No way, that's not a splash. No way, that's not a free throw.
He's checked in for the Sixers.
Oh, okay, Joel Embiid in the mix. Got Joel
Play.
Embiid.
We're about 2.5 minutes
Joel
through it now.
Embiid.
Here's Lillard.
Mm.
Through it goes.
Okay, that's it. Okay. I really thought that was a free
And you
pointer.
see why he's one of the top scorers in the league. Lillard does it in so many ways.
Kind of just want to take it.
MP against Lillard.
Just want to take it
MP outside.
like
The
this.
three ball. And score it. That now makes him 7
Scoring.
in this game.
Absolutely ruthless. He's not about to start showing mercy now.
Guys, when you're this hot,
Oh, we winning. We winning. We winning. I think the light is.
Milwaukee.
I can't. It's. Yeah, I don't want to have it too light up. I don't want to have like a light bulb in my face kind of vibe. I think this looks good.
And now a moment to present the New Balance player of the game, Joel Embiid.
He's been unguardable in this one, getting whatever he wants out.
Can't really see the scoreboard of my career. Wait. No, the face cam is changing. No. Okay, hold the screen up. Let me see face cam. Let me see this. Ah, that's fine.
There. He's just simply putting the offense on his back and delivering.
Backcourt
I'm
travel.
telling you, the added
Backcourt
pressure on the road
action.
really brings out the best
Oh.
in him. You can tell
Hold
he
on.
enjoys
Hold
playing
on.
so well in
Hold
front
on.
of an unfriendly crowd. Let's go now to the
Damian
sideline and
Lillard.
catch up with Ali LaForce.
Damian
Guys, during
Lillard.
that last break, I heard Doc Rivers as he talked about
Damian
he told the
Lillard.
guys to stay after it inside. He said our play inside is terrific right now. He said don't lose any of that intensity. Stay strong down there. It's always nice to hear a coach enjoying his team's play. Back to you.
Okay, thanks, Ali.
Embiid knows how to bully his way into position for the putback.
And so it's Lillard who brings up the ball for the Milwaukee Bucks. They trail by 6. Portis, left side. And yep, it's good.
And this is just typical of him. Always making an impact at crucial moments in the game.
You know, they want the ball in his hands here because they trust him to hit all the big shots.
MP against Lillard. And here's MP from outside. Here's Embiid. Embiid grabs the miss and puts it in.
And you know Embiid wants the ball in these situations. He wants that shot. He wants to come through for his team.
Here's Lillard. Joel Embiid with the board.
Usually, guys, he's going to knock that one down from there. Proficient at operating in that medium range area.
He did everything in his power to make that a hard shot.
And you know what, guys? That will pump him up because he takes a ton of pride in what he does on defense. Well, I tell you, that was double duty right there. He influenced the shot and then got back and cleaned the glass.
Giannis Antetokounmpo's checked in for the Bucks. And they double up MP. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball. And Philadelphia Philadelphia has possession, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Third personal foul. Fourth team foul.
He gets the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead.
Number 69. Taking 2 shots.
And he hits both free throws here, and it's an 8-point ball game. We've got 33 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
I hate to say it, but I'm pretty sure we can close the book on this one.
Yep, I agree with you. Chalk it up. W in the bag.
It seems like every miss ends up in his hands. He's been unreal.
Tell you what, those are crazy numbers, guys. I mean, believe me, I was a good rebounder in my day. It is not easy to corral that many boards in one night.
Good on the first.
Wait, you better actually got 11.
And that'll put him up by 9.
Philadelphia. Number 69.
And both free throws good for MP.
I think it's a wrap. When the game's on the line, he knows how to deliver the crushing blow.
Here's Foster. Good. And Antetokounmpo gets the assist. There's 10 seconds left in the fourth. MP outside to the left side wing. From behind the
No
arc.
way.
It's
Ah,
So this one belongs to the 76ers.
good game, good game.
And they barely squeezed out the win here on the road.
And BA, the visiting team is always under some added pressure, but they made it work and got the win, whatever the margin may have been.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Ali Laporte, Clark Kellogg, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson saying thank you for watching the NBA, brought to you by 2K Sports. We'll see you next time.
Perfect game, but it was against the CPU. Next up, we're actually going to FIFA. Listen, next match, I want to go to FIFA. Wait, hold on. FIFA. Well, you know, FIFA can be sometimes a little toxic, but you know, I think we need to go. I think we need to go a little more extreme. You know, I think we need to go a little bit challenge ourselves. So we're gonna do some division rivals online, and I just hope I don't smash or break any of my computers or my controllers. So, but it should be fun. Should be good. I hope everybody is doing well, reading my screen, watching my stream, whatever. I'm just happy to be alive, happy to be healthy, happy to just trying to make something out of my life, and yeah. You know, if something good happens, then it's good. But if something bad happens, you will get through it. So don't forget to never give up, guys. Don't matter how deep, how dark, or whatever. Step by step, day by day, you'll be fine. Alright, enough with the motivational stuff. Let's get toxic. Well, not toxic, but you know, when you're playing FIFA, you need to be ruthless. Alright, Ultimate Team it is. I might do something crazy. Because I am still recording, maybe I have like a crazy idea. What if I use the other, like basically make another template to watch the, what do you even call it, bruh? Watch the video online, because I saw Mr. Mosh, or wait, or I have to see JD Legend, because I like to listen to guys talking about One Piece. Hunter x Hunter, don't really care. Yeah, I already saw these. But I saw some Strongest Hockey, Shanks, and the Burden of Peace. But what I want to do is, since I can do it, of course, is just basically make a separate scene, or not a separate one. I could use this one actually. It should be fine. Let's use this. Let's see this. No. Yeah, let's just see. Like this. Can I just do it in front of them? No. Okay, it just doesn't work in a way, or why doesn't it work? Oh, now it does, but now I can't see the scene. Okay, this is crazy. No, wait, this needs to be on top. This needs to be on top, thank you. Now, can I watch this? The others, no, just switch it around, bro. Yeah, this is what I want. Because I think it would be kind of cool if, like, you could see the video I'm watching while I'm playing another game. It's like some different. Should I just play it in the middle? Nah, I think it's in the middle. It's kind of distracting. So you guys can actually like see the video.
In chapter 1130.
Yeah, so you guys can watch the video I'm watching right now. So you can view my reaction. You can view all the other stuff. But I just wanna. Should I place it on the right corner, like this? Eh. Yeah, it should be fine. Because don't like listen, I'm only playing FIFA, so it's kind of fine. Yeah, I don't want to still play the game. Let's get first into a match. I kind of want to use Rafinha. Messi is fun, but I think Rafinha is just better in game because of uh the speed. The speed. I think Rafinha is very good in this game, so why not use him to his full capabilities? Yeah, the rest of my team is not really that. Yeah, the rest are not really that good. So why not have Rafinha? Rafinha. Also, I'm gonna watch the video. So
31, Shanks is called a coward. Just as all the way 1130 chapters back, in Shanks' very introduction in chapter 1, Shanks was being called a coward. The irony is that just as so many ignorant characters in One Piece mistake Shanks' pacifism for cowardice, so too do many readers fundamentally misunderstand the message behind this character. With many readers questioning, why doesn't Shanks simply go crush Blackbeard at Hachinosu? Why didn't Shanks compete with Kaido and Big Mom for the One Piece? Why does Shanks only take action to stop a rookie like Bartolomeo? Is Shanks just a coward? The fact that some readers genuinely have the same simple-minded understanding of Shanks as literal fodder bandits from Chapter 1 makes Shanks the perfect litmus test for reading comprehension in One Piece. As Luffy himself will tell you, Shanks is not a coward. It's the exact opposite. Shanks is meant to be Oda's encapsulation of what it means to be strong, and the perfect representation of when one should actually fight. The entire point is that the very same pacifism, humility, and patience that leads to Shanks being mistakenly labeled a coward by ignorant characters is precisely Oda's commentary on the true nature of strength. It is not aggression, machismo, or eagerness to fight that makes one a man. That is the naive, hot-headed fool's way of thinking. Because just as certain characters in One Piece are meant to be the absolute embodiment of certain ideals, chivalry, freedom, drive, and so on, in that same vein, Shanks is Oda's embodiment of the ideal of strength. Strength that so many both in story and out don't understand because it runs contrary to how they believe strength should be used. So let's break down the burden of pacifism that Shanks has to carry, and the truth behind his actions. But first, give the gift that keeps on giving. Manscaped's premium grooming tools are adding a but with the Nick.com. Defining trait of Shanks is that despite showing up in the story repeatedly across 1100 chapters of One Piece and squaring off against countless characters, Shanks has never, ever raised his sword except to defend. There's not one single instance in the entirety of the story where Shanks has tried to instigate a fight. It has always only been a necessity of defense. Shanks only moved against Kaido to stop Kaido from attacking Whitebeard. Shanks only blocked Akainu to stop Akainu from attacking Kobe. Shanks only raised his sword to stop the Marines and the Blackbeard pirates from continuing to cause more unnecessary deaths. Shanks only raised his sword and threatened Green Bull to stop Green Bull from attacking
Dat special
Wano and
malen
the Straw Hat
dat is
pirates.
cool though.
Shanks only crushed Kid after he saw that Kid was going to kill Shanks' subordinates. Lots of readers complain about how Shanks
Yeah, it's gonna
doesn't
be tough.
fight, but the reality is Shanks has stepped up over and over, countless times throughout the story, ready to fight. This is a long list of conflicts against powerful enemies.
Oh,
The
okay.
defining rule that Oda keeps hammering
Alongside me is Sue Smith for commentary, and the focus here is on division rivals action. How do you see this one going then, Sue?
Well, thanks, guys.
Okay, let's actually wait. Okay, let's actually kind of lock in. So I don't want to concede where to go. Thank you.
And it's been cut out. There's the turnover.
Thank you. Okay, let's actually calm down for a bit now.
Thibaut Courtois is in goal.
Okay, Bayek got to go. Let's actually run with him. Can't pass it through to Lewandowski. Lewandowski passes. And that's actually the perfect start. That is actually my perfect start. Okay, I do want to put this down. I want to put this up. Now I'm gonna add Van Dijk into it. I'm actually acting really calm, but that was very lucky. Okay.
in over and over again with this character is that each and every time Shanks prepares to fight, it is only specifically to defend. This is the absolute constant that defines the character. Defense, never offense. Even Shanks splitting the sky with Whitebeard only occurred after Whitebeard instigated first, throwing the sake at Shanks and making it clear that their friendly conversation was over. Similarly, Shanks doesn't try to start a fight with Mihawk, he only asks if Mihawk is here to start a fight with him. So when readers ask, why is it that Shanks doesn't just go out and crush Blackbeard at Hachinosu if Shanks is so concerned about Blackbeard and is always keeping tabs on him? Why does Shanks go out and crush rookies like Bartolomeo instead? Well, the answer to these questions is made simple and clear from Shanks' entire history in the story. Shanks does not fear Blackbeard. Shanks welcomes a fight with Blackbeard, but only if Blackbeard himself chooses to challenge him. With Bartolomeo, it's the reverse. Even if Shanks did not want to hurt a rookie like him, the reality is that what Bartolomeo did endangered Shanks' subordinates. And so crushing Bartolomeo was necessary in order to protect Shanks' subordinates and prevent further harm from coming to them. And so the message behind Shanks' extreme embodiment of pacifism is that the truly strong do not wield their strength to attack. The truly strong only use their strength to protect and defend. The weak are the ones that fail to understand this, who mistake restraint and pacifism for weakness and cowardice because they believe that their willingness to fight is what makes them strong. Think about how Oda beautifully depicted this message in two direct parallel scenes. Shanks' scene in Chapter 1 of One Piece and Shanks' scene in
Okay, I got a lag.
What do these two scenes illustrate? In both, we open up with a young, hot-headed kid in a bar who has a naive view of what it means to be brave and strong. The kid believes eagerness to fight is what defines strength. Enter a disruptive, ignorant, violent intruder, eager to battle, brandishing their strength, ready to cause a fight. However, Shanks makes it clear that he is averse to violence, he does not want to fight, he does not want to cause a conflict, not because he is weak, but because he is strong. And then finally, the violent intruder does the one thing that will actually force a man like Shanks, the true representation of strength, to fight, which is hurt Shanks' friends. Then, and only then, does the sleeping giant wake and bring the hammer down. The scenes are direct parallels of one another for a reason. It is a sharp reminder of the message behind Shanks from both the start of the story to the
Oh, what a goal!
Nothing has changed. It is not the battle-hungry, hot-headed idiot who is strong. It is the one who is holding himself back the most that is the strongest. To be calm, unmoved, and secure enough to exercise restraint, only acting when necessary, that is the true mark of a strong warrior. And at the end of the day, we've seen so many of these violent hotheads throughout the story, but there is no difference between any of them. Guma, Bellamy, Kid, Loki, they are all evolutions of the same concept. Even Kaido. None of them really understand what true strength looks like, which is why they will forever fall short of Oda's true strongest characters in the story, as that is the entire thematic point. And what's interesting is that because Shanks moves and acts so differently from the way all these other aggressive warriors and pirates in One Piece move, Shanks is often mislabeled a coward. Just as Higuma
should have shot a near
coward,
post.
just as Loki, a proud and belligerent warmongering giant of Elbaf, calls Shanks a coward, in fact, it's the opposite. The path that Shanks has chosen is in fact the path of the strongest, and the beautiful irony is that these more violent figures will never comprehend and will therefore never be able to attain it, precisely because they mistake it for weakness. And the gap between the potential of those who walk the path of belligerent violence and the potential of those who are strong enough to exercise restraint was illustrated most vividly, of course, with the conflict between Luffy and Bellamy, which is to this day the greatest representation of Luffy having learned from Shanks' teachings, which is also the very reason that Luffy's ceiling is so much higher than all these barking hyenas, be that a Bellamy or even supposed rivals like Kid, who simply don't get what it means to be truly strong. This is also why Shanks' strength is specifically defined by Haki. While some One Piece characters have devil fruits or have been born gifted with extraordinarily strong bodies, Haki is purely the strength of one's spirit, which is why it was a very deliberate choice by Oda to make Shanks a completely normal human with a normal body and no devil fruit, who simply has absurdly powerful Haki. From Whitebeard himself acknowledging the power of Shanks' Haki, to Shanks terrifying an admiral from Haki alone, to Oda raising the question of whether Shanks' Haki is equal to Joy Boy's himself, Shanks is the most highlighted Haki user in the story today. And as we know, above all other factors, Haki is the single greatest signifier of strength in the One Piece world. This is not about power scaling, it's symbolism. It's a representation of the fact that it takes an extraordinarily strong spirit to walk the path that Shanks walks. The fact that at the end of the day, the least violent pirate is the one who has the strongest spirit is Oda's thematic message on what it means to be truly strong and what the moral ideal of strength should look like. Interestingly, Shanks' crew also represents this theme, but you can get my extended thoughts on that on my weekly podcast that just dropped by becoming a member or by supporting me on Patreon, link in the description below. But this leads to the common criticism of Shanks. While Shanks represents the ideal of pacifism, one might argue that Shanks represents this philosophy of only fighting in defense or in order to protect to an illogical extreme, to the detriment of the world. After all, isn't it possible that Shanks allowing Blackbeard to grow stronger and stronger, and not crushing Blackbeard earlier, may become a problem one day if Blackbeard becomes too strong? Couldn't Shanks' pacifism ultimately lead to more pain and violence down the line? And that's entirely possible. Logically, not attacking Blackbeard isn't a good choice. However, One Piece is largely not a story about logic. One Piece is a romanticized depiction of moral ideals, which is why characters often remain committed to certain ideals to an exaggerated and arguably illogical degree, as what this commitment to the ideal symbolizes is more important than the real-world logic. For instance, does it make any sense to refuse to step back even with a knife through your heart just for the sake of staying true to your ambition? No, and logically this is a stupid choice because if Zoro were up against any opponent slightly less sympathetic than Mihawk, he would have died for nothing here. But this is One Piece, and the symbolism of Zoro's commitment to a grand ideal here is what matters more than anything, which is why Zoro's illogical commitment to his ideal is portrayed positively. It's the same reason that Sanji's extreme and illogical chivalry is always upheld as a positive and praiseworthy character trait no matter how logistically inconvenient it may be and the troubles that it may cause. It's why Bellemere choosing to die rather than lying about having a family will always be portrayed as the right choice, because the ideal matters above the logic. And that's why Shanks' choice to never start a fight and to only ever protect and defend is meant to be a noble ideal that should never be compromised, even if taking the initiative to crush a known growing threat would logically be the tactical option. It's not about the logic or potential negative consequences, it's about the message. But first, if you're excited for Elbaf, you can get the first Elbaf travel poster ever made for your walls today. This beautiful work of art comes in both day and night versions, and is made with archival ink printed on matte paper and cut by the artist
No.
himself. And that's not all. This month we are also releasing the Skypiea and Zoe travel posters.
Why
so
don't
that
you
can
run, brother?
continue building
Why
your
don't
collection
you
of
run?
all the islands of One Piece. You can even get all
No,
3 of these
you-
beautiful posters
you
together,
mother fricker.
along with the exclusive
Pause.
genre poster for
Pause.
the major discount
That's
bundle,
actually
which
terrible.
is 50% off all 4 posters. You can also still get the deluxe package if
Oh,
you want to through my
Lewandowski.
streams, and in that case, you'll
Oh,
get all
yes.
5 posters as well. So start building your collection today
Thank
with
you.
Elbaf, Skypiea, Zoe, and Chandra.
No,
Just hit the link
why
in the
can't I
description
do it?
below. And so is Shanks
Yes,
a coward.
thank you.
We've already seen that every single challenge that has come Shanks' way, from the world's strongest swordsman,
Pass
to the
it.
world's strongest man, to the world's strongest creature, to the elite of the Marines, to the new generation's mightiest up-and-comers, Shanks fears no one. He is happy to take on anyone. He has straight up offered to take on everyone, all at the same time. But he will only ever do so in defense. The point is not that Shanks is a coward, the point is that this is how true strength should be used. And the fact that only hot-headed fools misunderstand such a mighty warrior's restraint as cowardice is Oda's indictment of stereotypical views on strength. And in many ways, the character goes even beyond that, in that Shanks as a whole is an indictment on the stereotypical views on what it means to be a man in general. This character exists to challenge the notions of toughness by preaching that it is okay to be soft-hearted, it is okay to shed tears in defeat. That does not make one weak either. Considering that over and over again, Oda has reiterated that One Piece is a story geared towards boys first and foremost, Shanks is probably the single healthiest depiction of masculinity in Shonen Jump, period. Which is why introducing him in Chapter 1 as the ideal for the young boy Luffy to grow and aspire towards was such a brilliant decision. And interestingly, Oda has stated in interviews that readers will know that One Piece has entered its final saga when Shanks begins to appear more frequently, suggesting that this character is meant to represent a sort of beginning and end to Luffy's growth as a man and the thematic messaging around strength in the story. So looking at the setting of Elbaf, an island of belligerent warmongers, we can look forward to seeing how Shanks' philosophies run counter to theirs, as well as whether Luffy has truly become strong enough to live up to the ideal that Shanks presented him with all the way back in Chapter 1. So let me know in the comments below how you believe Shanks will thematically play into the ideas of Elbaf, and if you enjoyed this video, then definitely like and subscribe. And if you want to hear a breakdown of how Shanks' crew represents similar themes, you can get my extended thoughts on that on my weekly podcast that just dropped by becoming a member or by supporting me on Patreon. Link in the description below.
Amazing video. Amazing video. Now they also got top 5 strongest hockeyers, so I might as well get into that.
Tijd voor een nieuw matras? Bestel hem met een klik. Deze Black Friday profiteer je van kortingen tot wel 50% op matrassen, kussens, toppers en bedden. Bestel ook een goede nachtrust met een klik.
Rafinha.
Ga naar emmasleep.nl.
Haki is the strongest ability in One Piece, and as we approach the end of the story, it's become clearer and clearer who the strongest Haki users at the top of the ladder are. Amongst the Yonko, Marines, Celestial Dragons, and Revolutionaries, there are 5 characters that stand out as most definitively being a cut above the rest, the top tier of Haki that other up-and-coming characters are all chasing.
That makes
Even
sense,
someone
yeah.
like
That
Luffy,
sounds
who
right.
is very likely top 5 in strength overall, is not yet quite in the top 5 in terms of Haki specifically.
Yeah, it's a good
as it
team.
has been explicitly established that Luffy's Haki still has a ways to go to improve. Luffy is not yet at his peak, and base Luffy without his fruit is most certainly still behind the 5 characters in this video. This is not a breakdown of the strongest characters in One Piece overall, as extremely powerful Devil Fruits
Road to
can bridge
Barco.
gaps in Haki to
That's
some
funny.
degree. However, if we were to strip away these Devil Fruits and any other special abilities and focus purely on Haki, these are the elite of the elite in the One Piece world. Because Haki isn't everything, it's just the most important thing. This top 5 is not in order, but before we get into it, make sure to subscribe. And if you really want to eat good food every day without ever having to cook or get takeout, you can get 50% off Factor, the sponsor of this video. Factor sends you pre-made meals that are always fresh and prepared by professional chefs and planned by nutritionists to be healthy. Factor is absolutely perfect for me because if you're like me, you don't like to cook. Cooking is time-consuming and draining at the end of a long day of work, and I just usually don't have the mental energy for it. Plus, I'm not very good at it. I also quickly found that I couldn't get takeout all the time because it's it's expensive, and it's really unhealthy. So Factor is pretty much what I've always wanted. It makes life easy and automatic. Every week I get good food, ready-made, delivered straight to me,
Almost
and I
got it.
never have to worry
Almost.
about cooking. It's also way less expensive and way healthier than takeout. The meals are
No way.
genuinely
How can that?
good.
How
You
is
can
that
select
even
meal plans
possible?
or pick from
It's
tons
like
of options in
so
literally every week.
shoots
You
the
can get
ball,
steak, you can
rebounds
get
it,
chicken
immediately
parmesan,
hits
you can
it.
get fish, you can get vegetarian options, keto options. Factor has
Shut the fuck
Flow
up.
or scan the QR code. So to begin with, Mihawk is
Fuck your
indisputably one of the
sponsors. No, I'm
5
joking.
best hockey users
I'm
on the
joking.
planet. As the world's strongest swordsman, he simply would have to be, considering the One Piece world is filled with countless powerful swordsmen across all groups. Yonko, Admirals, Gorosei, Holy Knights, there are countless top tiers who are swordsmen. And since at the top level, swordsmanship is largely about hockey, that would mean that whoever is number 1 amongst all these swordsmen simply has to be one of the best hockey masters in existence. This fact alone should put Mihawk clearly in the conversation for best hockey user today, but even beyond his title as world's strongest swordsman, there is one particular feat that establishes him as not just a
was that?
top-tier hockey user by today's standards, but as a historically great hockey user. Mihawk has created a permanently black blade. This is arguably the single rarest hockey feat in the entire story. As in all of One Piece history, the only other character to have ever created a permanently black blade is the legendary Samurai Ryuma. And Samurai Ryuma's strength cannot be understated. Ryuma was in fact Oda's OG main character before Luffy. And in One Piece lore, Ryuma is literally known as the god of the blade. And Ryuma was in fact so strong that he scared away the entire rest of the world, including the world government, permanently from approaching Wano.
No,
so for Mihawk
okay.
to have the same achievement as Ryuma in making a permanently black blade, and to date be the only one that we know of to have ever copied this feat, means that Mihawk may not just be one of the best hockey users of today, but possibly among the greatest hockey users in history. And what's particularly interesting is that a permanently black blade isn't the only area in which Mihawk may be unique among hockey masters. It's long been speculated that Mihawk may also specialize in observation hockey based on his epithet, Hawkeye, as well as his highly perceptive personality. But while those were simply loose pieces of evidence for good observation hockey, we then learned that Mihawk's original epithet was actually planned to be the Clairvoyant. The title Mihawk the Clairvoyant practically screams elite observation hockey user, and so it is highly possible that this may be Mihawk's true area of expertise. Finally, some have pointed out that Mihawk does not have Conqueror's Haki listed among his hockey traits in his Vivre card. However, Oda does not usually reveal important abilities that characters will display later in the manga itself in Vivre cards. For example, Garp initially did not have Conqueror's Haki in his first Vivre card. However, that was because Oda was saving this for an in-story reveal at Hachinosu, and now Garp's newer updated Vivre card post Hachinosu does confirm that Garp does in fact have Conqueror's Haki. Mihawk is very likely in the same boat. It would be almost impossible for him to not have Conqueror's Haki, considering Zoro has advanced Conqueror's Haki at this point, and Mihawk wouldn't really be able to duel Zoro effectively sword to sword without at minimum having advanced Conqueror's Haki himself. And it's been made very clear in the text that becoming the world's strongest swordsman is synonymous with having the disposition of a king and therefore having Conqueror's Haki. So Mihawk is an easy lock for top 5 Haki users at minimum. Next up, there's perhaps no One Piece character alive today who is better known for their Haki than Shanks. Shanks is, in many ways, Oda's poster child for Haki in One Piece, with the first ever tease of Conqueror's Haki in the story being from Shanks in Chapter 1, and then the first full display of Conqueror's Haki being again from Shanks in Chapter 434, which impressed even the world's strongest man himself. Shanks is notably the only character to have ever reached Yonko status with Haki alone, and no Devil Fruits needed. It also seems as though his Conqueror's Haki may be far beyond that of typical Conqueror's Haki users, as Shanks was able to channel his Conqueror's Haki from all the way outside of Wano's walls to reach far into the center of the entire nation and make a Marine Admiral absolutely shit himself just from sensing it. This is the single most impressive basic Conqueror's Haki release by any character alive, considering the range and potency to completely terrify another top-tier character. Interestingly, the only other feat to clearly top this was Joy Boy's Haki release, which flooded the entire island, overwhelmed 4 top-tier characters, and made God himself shit his pants. However, the crazy thing about that is that Shanks' own Haki was then in fact compared to this Haki release of Joy Boy, with the Giants legitimately unable to tell whether Joy Boy's Haki or Shanks' Haki was stronger after having experienced both. The fact that the Giants experienced both and were not able to tell which is greater means that there is no noticeable gap between Joy Boy's hockey and Shanks's. And as such, Shanks's hockey has to be at least remarkably close in strength to Joy Boy's. If Shanks's Conqueror's hockey is close to the strongest hockey user in histories, then this would make Shanks not just one of the strongest hockey users today, but one of the strongest Conqueror's hockey users to ever exist. But the real area in which Shanks is absolutely broken is in observation hockey. To begin with, Shanks is extraordinarily proficient at future sight. The extended vision that Shanks saw of Kid destroying his fleet may have been the most extended future sight vision we've ever seen a character have in a combat situation, meaning that Shanks may be even above future sight specialists like Katakuri in this category. But on top of that, Shanks also counters other characters' observation hockey, as he is known to be the killer of observation hockey. This would basically make Shanks an absolute nightmare matchup for other hockey users, as Shanks himself can see far into the future while also apparently being able to stop his opponents from doing the same. So essentially, Shanks has both the most potent Conqueror's hockey that we've been shown so far, as well as the most advanced observation hockey that we've seen so far. For the moment, Shanks remains the poster child for hockey in One Piece. Now, this is by far the most controversial pick on this list for the simple reason that Garp is very old and very far past his prime. Garp tells us so repeatedly himself. However, we are evaluating characters purely as hockey users here. Note, there are two characters that I almost chose instead of Garp who are also on the world government side, but we don't have enough information for me to put them confidently above Garp in this list, though you can get my extended thoughts explaining these two characters on my weekly podcast by becoming a member or by supporting me on Patreon, link in the description below. However, Garp is still the one who makes the list in the end.
Let me actually see who was watching the stream. 5 views?
Even if you feel that there are characters today, such as Admirals in their prime or Yonko, who are above Garp overall, that's perfectly fine. But if you were to remove all other Devil Fruits and gimmicks and compare pure hockey ability and hockey ability alone, Garp is still top 5 amongst all characters that we've seen today. After all, it doesn't seem as though the Admirals have Conqueror's hockey, and they have certainly never displayed advanced Conqueror's hockey. We don't yet know if Blackbeard has Conqueror's hockey, and have had zero indication that he does. And in fact, Blackbeard has not even shown any advanced displays of armament hockey yet. And finally, even Luffy is very new to being able to use advanced Conqueror's hockey at all. And if we were to compare Luffy in his base form without his Devil Fruit to Garp, well, the reality is that Luffy is nowhere close to doing anything like this. Luffy is not nuking entire cities with Conqueror's hockey punches. This cannot be understated, as what has been established is that the amount of hockey that attacks are coated with is a huge indicator of their power. High-level armament is so strong that it actually causes damage from a distance, and Advanced Conqueror's coding takes that to the next level. It's so strong that it produces an extreme visual where there is shown to be a huge gap between the point of attack and the target, as there is an even greater amount of hockey flowing out. We essentially had all of Wano to establish that the strongest hockey attacks are notably marked by a huge visual distance between the attack and the target. And so if we're being absolutely objective, Garp's Galaxy Impact is indisputably the largest scale display of advanced Conqueror's hockey coding that we have ever seen in One Piece, and it's not even remotely close. This makes sense considering the two most hyped up characters as the strongest of the last 40 years were Roger and Whitebeard, the strongest pirates ever, and Garp has been repeatedly framed as being in their same tier. So if Garp was once able to go toe-to-toe with the Pirate King, who was himself a pure hockey fighter, then that means that Garp in his prime may have surpassed all living characters today in hockey. As such, even if Garp's fallen off, I challenge you to think of 5 characters today who you are confident could defeat Garp in a pure hockey battle. No Devil Fruits, no regeneration gimmicks. If you can think of 5, then let me know in the comments below. But first, if you're excited for Elbaf, you can get the first Elbaf travel poster ever made for your walls today. This beautiful work of art comes in both day and night versions and is made with archival ink, printed on matte paper, hand cut by the artist himself. And that's not all. This month we are also releasing the Skypiea and Zoe travel posters so that you can continue building your collection of all the islands of One Piece. You can even get all 3 of these beautiful posters together along with the exclusive Chandra poster for a major discount bundle. Pack inclusion might be controversial, but it really shouldn't be. Now, Dragon does likely have a Devil Fruit. The Wind Logia has been mysteriously missing in the story for a long time, and every time that we have seen Dragon, he is associated with wind gusts and wind manipulation. However, having a Devil Fruit does not disqualify
that's
you
actually
from also
such
being
a
top-tier hockey user.
It's such a
The reality
great
is that
finish, but
Dragon
it's
is a
cheesy
monkey
finish,
D
you know?
in his prime. We know how strong Gene's are in One Piece.
no.
Ace mirrored Roger's extreme strength and potential, Yamato mirrors Kaido's. When it comes to the big 3 monkey Ds right now, we see the same similarities in extreme wills and innate strength. But the reality is that Garp is past his prime, Luffy still has not quite yet reached his prime, and Dragon is the representation of a Monkey D who is actually in his prime at his full strength. It is simply impossible for Dragon to not be an insanely powerful Haki user, and in particular, an absolutely monstrous Conqueror's Haki user. Remember, Conqueror's Haki is strongest in those with the strongest wills, and Dragon's will is literally to change the world itself and dethrone the gods. And even if Dragon has seemed too passive to readers lately, don't mistake Dragon's patience for weakness.
There I go, but I
because
take
the
it.
most
Oh.
important thing that was established about Dragon is that when he actually decides to move, his will is otherworldly. We know this as Ivankov recognized Luffy's absolute force of will when he makes up his mind as being the same as Dragon's. This single statement speaks volumes, as Luffy's willpower is the greatest in the entire story. Even though Luffy's actual command of Haki has not yet caught up to his extreme willpower, Luffy's willpower itself was always number one in the story from the beginning. The rest of the narrative has simply been about Luffy's strength catching up to his will. However, Dragon apparently mirrors this same will of Luffy's, and Dragon is actually an adult in his prime, with decades of growth under his belt. As such, the beast that we are still waiting to see is this fully realized version of Luffy, at least in terms of Conqueror's Haki. A lot of readers don't seem to realize, but the fact that Oda has held back Dragon for so long, making him the only established top tier in the entire story to still yet to be shown in a fight, despite being one of the earliest to be introduced, means that Dragon's strength is set to be extremely special, even by the standards of everything that we have already seen. Dragon is likely going to be our first look at what a Monkey D's Conqueror's Haki looks like in their prime. And finally, we have Emu. Now, here's the complicated issue with Emu. We know that Emu must have some extremely powerful Devil Fruit, quite likely.
No, how can that just happen?
However, Emu's reaction to Joy Boy's Haki was simply so pathetic and cowardly that it's hard to imagine Emu being a powerful Conqueror's Haki user himself. One of the most notable traits about Conqueror's Haki users is that they have extreme dispositions that don't ever allow them to bend or capitulate to anyone. And yet here Emu is shaking on his knees from just the echo of an enemy long gone. There is no Conqueror's Haki user in One Piece ever who has acted like this. Even in defeat or in the face of death, Conqueror's Haki users are obstinate and strong. The closest I can think of is Doflamingo's fear at the prospect of having to fight Kaido, and honestly Doflamingo is on the lowest end of the Conqueror's Haki users that we've seen in the story. So Emu's moment of weakness here is simply hard to reconcile with him being an extremely powerful Haki user. However, the catch is that we've seen a lot from the Gorosei, Emu's subordinates, that makes it likely that Emu does in fact have extremely powerful Conqueror's Haki. Each of the Gorosei were established to be Conqueror's Haki users, some of them particularly potent ones. Saturn's arrival alone caused a release of Haki that was so significant that even Luffy, Kizaru, and Luffy sensed it from across
Let's
the
go. We locked in.
Unreal Haki according
Boy,
to
we
Jinbei,
locked
who
in.
himself has witnessed multiple Yonko. Venus Juro seems to use advanced Conqueror's Haki in combat. Warcury unleashed one of the largest Conqueror's Haki releases ever seen in the story, dwarfing even the likes of Kaido and Big Mom, and only really falling short of Joy Boy and Shanks. The Gorosei were all extremely powerful Conqueror's Haki users themselves, and generally Conqueror's Haki users are only subordinates to other, even more powerful Conqueror's Haki users in One Piece. It is extremely rare for any character to have even one subordinate with Conqueror's Haki, but Emu has 5. Now sure, this is largely also because they all have to obey him or die, but at the same time, I don't think that symbolically Oda would have 5 Conqueror's Haki users be the servants of one character who just doesn't have Conqueror's Haki at all. It would also be extremely strangely underwhelming. If this were the case, that would mean that Emu, the god of the world who has ruled over everyone for centuries and is very possibly the final boss of the story, is only powerful through his Devil Fruit, which is near impossible in One Piece. Even Blackbeard, who has 2 of the strongest Devil Fruits in existence, doesn't quite seem to be in contention for strongest in the world yet.
Man, that's how I do.
Just doesn't seem impressive. Most feel that Blackbeard would need a 3rd broken fruit to get to that strongest in the world status, so it's really hard to imagine Emu already being the strongest with only 1 Devil Fruit and unexceptional Haki. Generally, you simply need top tier Haki at the absolute highest level, so if Emu is set to be a character who is at least significantly stronger than his subordinates, the Gorosei, who themselves are all powerful Conqueror's Haki users, then Emu is likely to be at minimum one of the top 5 strongest Haki users in the world today. The Joy Boy reaction notwithstanding. So, in terms of pure Haki, no Devil Fruits, no other special abilities, no regeneration, Mihawk, Shanks, Garp, Dragon, and Emu are likely the 5 strongest of today that we know of. We have not yet met the Gods Knights, of course, and there are 2 other honorable mentions that I discuss on my weekly podcast, but let me know in the comments below how you would rank the top 5 best hockey users of today. And if you enjoyed this video, then definitely like and subscribe. And to get my weekly podcast explaining the 2 other honorable mentions, you can become a member of the channel or support me on Patreon by hitting the link in the description below.
Whew. Man, it's getting tight. Hold up. Let me actually lock in. I don't want to miss a goal right now. Get rid. Good. Get rid. Good. It's confirmed. Now what? What does BDA law gotta say?
In the world of champions,
We hate Shanks.
the journey is never.
I like this. We hate Shanks. Man, whatever. Got some
Dat is niet zo slim. Gelukkig is alles makkelijk en snel geregeld met een autoverzekering van Allianz Direct. Bespaar je ook gemiddeld €300.
No, that's really terrible. Okay, now run. Just run to the middle, bruv. Good. And pass to the left.
Brago.
We getting a chapter this week?
You're barking up the wrong tree. I have no idea. It's anybody's ball game now.
Anybody's ball game. Yeah, it's been a lot of information. One Piece supposed to be on break for like 3 weeks. Then it comes out where it's like it was an error on the Manga Plus website, the English site. Now it's supposed to come out as scheduled. But Size let me know.
No!
No hints, no spoilers, no nothing.
No
and it is Wednesday. So what is going on? Sai.
Brago.
It's been an interesting week.
Yeah, you know, there was no chapter this week, but it still felt like there was a chapter, right?
It felt like a chapter. It was so much going, it's back and forth. Social media was on fire, so many different takes, all from Oda just dropping a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, we had an SBS drop, a Vivid Card drop, and Oda's 10 questions of the week, which is brand new. And it's like, what the hell happened this week? All in the span of like 24 hours?
It was insane. It was like back to back to back. And it felt like super focused on
No, offside.
Isn't that weird? I was
like, it all felt like crazy super focused.
No!
Yeah?
Dude,
I mean,
we had Vice Admiral stuff, backstories, you know, Conquer's hockey confirmations. Like, I was actually super shocked that Oda went so hard in on the Marines.
I think he's restored an interesting balance. And so it's about to get pretty toxic again. I put back on my agenda.
No.
Short period. And, you know, was trolling on Twitter. The crazy part is like, bro, I wasn't even saying anything. I was just using GIFs. I was like, oh, man, certain faction is up. And people were just like going crazy. It's like, oh, man, the bad moves are ass. Like, nah, you about to get humbled. I'm like, bro, like, really? Just, I can't even enjoy like a reveal?
Not even a day.
None of that? They're like, nah, no. You like the Admirals, you're trash. You're lower than scum.
The funniest thing is that, like, everything that got revealed, minus Fujitora and Aramaki's backstory, like, we already knew all of this, right?
I thought Oda copped out with the 10 special questions a little bit.
Yeah, he played it kind of safe. But the Rocky Port one, that was kind of nuts.
That one was crazy.
Admit, that one was kind of silly, dude.
That one was
out of left field.
He said it's probably not going to be revealed in the story. So
there you go.
Here is a summary, by the way. Here's a summary.
Everything.
No, here's a summary. Like, okay. So it's like, I can't get mad at him kind of being safe on one of these questions, then like get mad at him just dropping.
Oh, please. There should have been a goal.
Just because, damn, the Rocky Port incident is actually pretty cool. Yeah. Imagine how much differently we look at the Law and Blackbeard fight, and then even Kobe going to Hachinosu, if we had knowledge about Rocky Port previously.
And then plus, like, we know that the pirate that Oda is referring to in that little segment is Wang Ji, right?
Right.
Like, we know it's him. I don't know why Oda just didn't drop the name. He's like, a certain pirate group was also there. It's like, guys, we know Wang Ji's there. Oda, what are you doing?
I don't get the angle. I don't get the angle.
Yeah, what are you playing at here?
It was. I did enjoy the questions. I hope this becomes a thing where and it feels like Oda's going different routes to kind of get more.
No way.
Which is just like.
He knows
Okay. So he's just answering whatever. We can
I don't want to rage, but
questions real quick.
It's
the
6.
First one was when Luffy uses Gear 5. He pulls out things like goggles and baseball helmets from what looks like a Hagoromo. Well, how does this work? Oda says it's the entrance to Nika's fantasy.
So pretty much saying, if he imagines it, he could just do it. Like it's whatever.
It's like okay, cool. I mean, it feels like he's saying it's almost like a portal.
Yeah.
Like this thing is granting the powers almost, but I thought that was a typical Oda answer.
Van Dijk!
Worded like Nika's fantasy.
Man,
He doesn't say
this
Luffy's
game
fantasy.
kind of
If
sucks
we
for
go
me
back to the
now.
past and we see Nika or
Not the
whoever,
back.
I wonder if they have the same abilities. Like maybe they have goggles too, or maybe they have a baseball bat too.
Maybe. Maybe that's interesting. I didn't think about that. They had a Sabo
3 more
question
goals,
about
like at
do you do
least
some training. But I forget what chapter it was, but it was like Sabo literally outside, and we saw him like doing like punching or kicking. After he got the Mera no Mi. And Oda's answer was like he's training every day, and he said Sabo regained memory and remembered a lot of things. So I'm like, how is that relevant to Sabo's flame fruit? Like,
I kind of forgot that by the time Ace left, or by the time Sabo quote left and died,
Ace didn't have the Mera yet.
Yeah, Ace didn't have the Mera. So the Fire Fist is literally just him copying the way Ace punches. But at the same time, I'm like, wait, okay, he's remembering how Ace fought, but didn't Ace just fight like a regular person? He's just throwing out punches and kicks.
That's why it's probably something else. Like, is it just his disdain for celestial dragons?
Yeah.
Is this why he's so passionate now? Because he remembered all the hurt and pain that they caused while he was in Great Terminal.
I saw somebody say that maybe the Mera has like memories of Ace's abilities too, or like it kind of remembered like how Ace
remnants
fought.
of Ace.
Yeah, remnants of Ace. I think that'd be pretty cool too.
That would be cool. I feel like the Dragon and Luffy question was pretty like a cop out because he said no, at least not in what Luffy remembers.
Yeah.
So it's like.
He was there for the birth and then he left. Gotcha.
Just dipped out maybe, or maybe like he was there longer and like didn't remember it. So I don't know. I feel like where Oda is answering questions that are like there's special questions, but these are like pretty much questions, like the Blackbeard one. Because wait, this one did.
That was so unnecessary, bro. That
alteration. Because I'd watched. Because the initial one was Pew Piece. Then Arter he translated it, and apparently Zebek is the name of a type of ship. Because Pew says so Pew said Zebek is the name of a sailing ship, so it could be a coincidence.
Lewandowski, what is that touch?
Not as clear.
Yeah, he's gonna play it out.
Zebek is the name of a type of ship, so it could be a coincidence, maybe not.
Yeah, I'm looking at the Zebek ship right now, and I'm gonna say it, but it looks nothing like the Saber of Zebek, which is just 4 logs taped together. Like we're comparing an actual ship to a raft.
No way, bro.
Yeah, Oda's trolling. I think he knows what he's doing here.
Pound for pound, who do you think are the 5 most talented characters in One Piece? Just off of talent.
Off of talent?
Talent.
I mean, probably Shanks would have to be up there because of one of the questions.
Fuck off! Fuck off!
That was the next one.
He just copied it.
That was the next one.
Shanks is talented, brother.
So somebody did have some pushback, and it was like, yo, what of it? Because I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like, he's able to copy nuts, Roger. Right? They were like, what of it? Luffy can do that. Luffy copied Ace, and then Zoro copied Kinemon with the fire style. I was like, first off, I don't think those are on similar scales.
Nah, I'm so done. I'm so done. That was shut the fuck up, B-Day-Law. That was terrible. That was absolutely just AIDS to watch. Yeah, that was not fun. That was really not fun. That was. I repeat, I did not enjoy myself. That was just. That was just absolutely fucking terrible. That was absolutely just disgusting. I don't know what it is with FIFA Online, but it's. No, I don't want to say it. It's kind of less fun. I don't want to. I don't want to be that guy, but it's. Either I'm just really bad at FIFA, or just it's not what it's used to be. Somebody that you used to be. No, I'm joking. But it's kind of just like, it's not the same anymore. It's just not the same, and that really kind of sucks. But it's like, it sucks and everything and this and that. But it's just NBA is, I won't say it's more fun, but it's more decent in a way. Like, I don't really like FIFA is the only game where I truly just rage quit at. Like, I don't have it at any other. I don't have it with any other platform or game, whatever. I don't know if FIFA's really that good for me. I don't. I won't say it's not good for my health, but it's just kind of just like, I don't know why, but I just rage to it so much. It is absolutely fine. I also hope one day that the streaming stuff will just pay off. Like, I don't want to be a millionaire. I don't want to be like the new Carson. I just want to be just be able to do this and earn a little bit of money, and then, you know, because this would truly be just my dream job, just gaming in general, just play video games, relax, and see it all later. But I don't know. I'm not really enjoying myself. Might actually jump back into the 2K. I will actually jump back into the 2K. Yeah, I'm about to go back into 2K because it's not really fun. FIFA, don't feel it. Don't feel like it. So I'm going to back this video right now.
Copying Fire Fist, that's like more inspiration.
Yeah.
For Red Hawk, and then Zoro copying cutting fire. It's like it's a technique that I'm sure other swordsmen can copy to cut fire. But either way, they're two main characters. But they're saying Shanks copied Roger's move. Roger didn't teach it to him, and that the other Roger pirates can't do it.
So Rayleigh, another swordsman, can't do it.
Like, a legendary swordsman, by the way.
Shanks hype, right?
A legendary pirate. So like, I'm like, that's crazy. Shanks is insanely talented. So
and then plus, like, we're comparing, Zoro copying Kinemon's ability. It's not comparable to Shanks copying Roger, right? Like Kinemon and Roger, I don't know, man. Like, I get it. It's just like a normal sword swing, but like the Conqueror's Haki, the technique, and the anime added in the flair where, like, when Shanks does it, there's like a griffin behind him that's flying.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like, okay.
So he kind of made it his own as well. I think sometimes it's hard to see past, like, when agenda is involved and people have their own agendas. It's hard to see past, like, certain things. So people that like Mihawk, any Shanks question doesn't matter.
I don't know. It's so strange. I feel like there's a middle ground where everybody can come together and just have fun, right? Because, like, I like both of them. Like, Shanks and Mihawk, like, they're great characters, man. Like, why do we have to pick one?
I don't know. I think it's just more, it leads to more controversy and more, like, dialogue. So some people, like, I feel like some people go on the other side. Yeah, so it's just like, oh, I like Shanks. I like Mihawk. What? Like, yeah, Shanks is weaker. Mihawk's stronger. I'm like, all right, it is what it is. But, talent. I think, as far as me, I think in talent, Bonnie's up there for me.
Yeah.
In regards to talent, what she was able to do. The Gear 5 thing, and she's only 12. She became a supernova at basically 12, or actually younger.
I think like 10, right?
10. At 10, she became a supernova. So, like, I think Law in regards to, like, mastering the Opie no Mi.
Yeah, he's like an actual doctor too.
Yeah, and he's an actual doctor. I wanted to say Momonosuke because of lineage, but it's just like
lineage isn't exactly talent though. I wouldn't give it to Momonosuke yet.
Yeah,
I gotta see more.
Obviously Luffy and Kobe.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when I think of talent in One Piece, I know he's not up there, but for some reason, I feel like I'm having brain fog today because I just got off the flight from Japan, and I just keep on thinking back to Bellamy. I know he's not talented, man, but like there's like something.
Did you see a Bellamy figure in Japan? Was there a Bellamy cosplay?
Bro, there was no Bellamy cosplay, no Bellamy merch. My God, but
no Bellamy.
People love Kid in Japan. There's a
fuck Bellamy.
Lot of Kid merch. It's nuts.
We saw that somebody did mention that, and Kid is
very favored in Japan.
He was high in the voting for the world popularity poll.
Yeah, dude. I like the Japanese view of Kid versus the American view of Kid. It's two completely different stories. Dude, I swear to God, man, I saw like grandmas picking up the Jika no Mi, like
really?
just like little keychains and purses, and I was like, damn, like you have Luffy's fruit right here as like a purse and a keychain, whatever. And then you got Kid right beside him. I was like, dang, do you like that? They still love this guy.
Do you think it's because he's so edgy?
I think so. I think people like the spunk. Which is why I like
yeah.
him too. I like that he's a hard-headed guy. He's like the Bakugo of One Piece.
I like the spunk. I don't mind the spunk. I just need the spunk to be spunky.
Yeah, I need him to like actually, you know, spunk on something. Imagine like he fought Shanks and he still loses, right? But imagine he just spunked on Shanks like all over him.
Super spunky, and Shanks knows that he got spunked, but he's like, he still got the W, but I got spunked.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, the spunkiness is worth it. But now it's just like
imaginary spunk. Like we got the spunk where Shanks is like, you know, give him 10 seconds, he's killing, you know, Ball Fingers, Garrotini, and the Denture Club. It's like,
and he just destroyed all his spunk. It's just you know, irrelevant spunk now. So like, no, that's interesting. That somebody did say, I was like, yeah. I mean, I was like, I guess because I saw how popular he was in the poll. The world poll, but like, okay, that's interesting to know.
Of Kid stuff there. Kid and Chopper, man. Chopper's
bro.
He's literally
merch.
a mascot, brother.
Chopper's cute merch, so like I get it. I understand Chopper. Bounty system across.
Yeah, he broke it down, which we kind of already knew all of this. Like it's not new.
We knew most of it.
We just didn't know about the top and the bottom.
Yeah. So Fleet Admiral, that's the main thing people are talking about. Fleet Admiral, 5 crowns.
Akainu is 5 billion bears. Actually, you could say Sengoku too. If you want to like lower him a little bit because he's retired, sure. But my God, 5 billion.
Do you think they would give? Well, here's the thing. Okay, here's the interesting part.
What's up?
Sengoku, he retires as Fleet Admiral.
Yeah.
Do they still give him 5 crowns? Even though he's currently not the Fleet Admiral.
I'd give him like 3 or 4. Because Garp
has 3.
Yeah.
And
I'd give him 4.
I agree. I give him 4.
Yeah.
Because here's the thing. I know we're having fun with the crowns and the bounty and, you know, people are trolling about Akainu and how strong he is, etc., etc. Bounty scaling doesn't make sense. It's never really made sense. Because we understand bounties are just threat level, you know, like what's Robin?
All right, actually going to have a little break, so be right back. Bang. We back. So I'm actually just going to play a game of NBA 2K. I don't know if this screen, the YouTube screen, needs to be changed, but it's fine.
Who's bounty now? Isn't Robin close to a bill?
Yeah, Robin's like 988, I think.
Robin's close to a bill. And so it's a situation where it's like, I feel like Robin probably should have had it a while ago, considering her threat level and what she brings to the table. But that's not just all strength. Now, in this case, I think I kind of look at it like, okay, Oda gave the Fleet Admiral 5 crowns. Why? Is it just the Kainu hype? Is it justified? Because you can just give him the Fleet Admiral 4, 4.5, or is it just because it's deserving, you know? And I know a lot of people are like shitting on it, saying like, yo, if any admiral gets the title, they'd have 5 crowns. And to a certain extent, I agree with that. But what did this admiral have to do to get to this position? Something that basically no other top tier that we know of they've done yet, where it is just straight up 1v1 versus another top tier and coming out with a W.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, Akainu is just powerful, man.
Yeah.
And Oda even talked about
And Oda's hyped him before.
Yeah, he says
Oda's
he wants to
gassed
cherish
kind
this
of before.
guy.
Yeah, I mean, even Oda talking about him finding the One Piece.
He said find it in a year. He said it'd be over.
It'd be done.
Akainu's powerful. I mean, even in the Vivre card, they say that Akainu has one of the strongest Devil Fruits out there. In terms of attack power. Utility, I mean, maybe not, but he said attack power-wise, Akainu's up there. And it's like, bro, that's nuts. So,
exactly. It's a lot of gas that Oda's been putting on Akainu, and now he gives him 5 crowns. And, you know, the situation is, I'm going to tell y'all, situation hasn't changed for me. I don't think Akainu's any stronger, any weaker. It just validates everything I've been saying about the character. Do you have Akainu a rank where you have Akainu in your top 5?
Oh, I've never, like, ranked him, but Akainu's always been up there.
In your top 10 at worst?
Top 5. Yeah, top. I give Akainu top 5.
Yeah. I think for me it's the same thing. He's at worst top 5. And so, but I feel like people have been moving him up just because of the crowns. The crowns doesn't change anything.
Yeah, the thing is that, like, when we saw that the admirals are 3 crowns, it's like, logistically, like, it would make sense if Akainu was 5 crowns, right?
Yeah.
But I saw people downplay him. They're like, oh, he's also at 3 crowns. It's like, I don't know about that. Like, first off, you know,
clearly isn't.
Ignore the power. Like, even position wise, like, yeah, he's up there.
Yeah,
like, it just makes sense if he's that high.
And I think again, people are looking at it of like admiral in position, admiral strong. But I'm thinking of like what Oda is saying the position means. The Fleet Admiral position, he values it as much as he values the Yonko position. And so it's a situation of if someone is the Fleet Admiral, it's a certain prestige that they now have. Right. And yes, they're going to be viewed as stronger than all the other admirals. So people are somewhat downplaying Sengoku when even Roger specifically asked for Sengoku. So yeah, you can say, well, it's just the Fleet Admiral position that has the title or has 5 crowns. Yeah, but anybody that makes it there is going to be strong. They're going to be really strong and they're going to stand out from the other admirals. You'd be lying if you did not say Akainu stood out from the other admirals.
Yeah, it'd be really dishonest at that point.
Like, regardless of how you feel, like, you know, a lot of things went down, he stood out as because he was the one fighting Whitebeard 1-on-1.
And yeah, sure, he lost, but he got back up afterwards, and he was still fighting. He was fighting like a bunch of fodder afterwards. Like, Akainu was really impressive. And then in the manga, like, what? He took off like half of Whitebeard's head.
I'm not good take, so.
You know, I have my takes on the Whitebeard versus Akainu. You know.
Yeah, I mean, you know, funny enough, we've never talked about Whitebeard in Akainu personally, but I think we know. We already know. It's okay.
Because you think Akainu lost.
Me?
Yeah.
I mean, Akainu lost, but did he look really good in the process? Yeah. I don't see it as a bad.
Here's how I look at it. I think Akainu lost, but it's a situation where got snuck up on, man.
Oh, he got hit from behind is what you're saying?
Hit from behind. And the thing is, people are like, well, where's the observation hockey, bro? Bro, that's...
Where was all the hockey there?
Come on, bro. Like, in One Piece, it's one of those things that works when it works. My comparison for, like, what happened to Akainu, because even after he got hit from the back, which sounds crazy, he took Whitebeard's head off.
Burned his insides.
Right. Typically, from what we've seen, if you get hit like Akainu got hit from the back, you're out. Like Odin got hit by Kaido and he was done. The world's strongest man, after his son gets killed, obliterates Akainu from behind with an attack. He then follows it up with taking off half of Whitebeard's head.
Here's the thing, right? Whitebeard landed so many point-blank attacks on Akainu, it is insane. We saw so many bone-breaking scenes of Whitebeard going in on Akainu. And yeah, sure, like, Akainu lost, right? But here's the thing. What other character surviving that? Like, that is an onslaught.
Yeah, that's...
Like, he took hit after hit after hit, and then he got back up afterwards. And he's over here fighting the Whitebeard remnants, trying to chase down Luffy. Like, I remember you know, just thinking back to it, I was like, wait, like, what was the timeline of events? Because Akainu looks fine here. Like, near the end of it?
Yeah.
My
No,
God.
it was no. I mean, he was bleeding a bit. But the fact that he was back up, still on the job, willing to go after everyone, I think it's a testament to not only his durability but his endurance.
Yeah.
And just his will and what he's willing to do. But yeah, he was clearly the most impressive admiral at Marineford. I know Akainu versus Aokiji went to 10 days, and so it's like, well, they're really close. But like, look at how each of them look after the fight. And they said Akainu speared Aokiji. And personally, I think it only went 10 days because of the elements, and that's just like a lot to deal with. But Kuzan lost a leg and was burned up and jacked up. Akainu had some scars, and
Yeah,
like I think piece of his ear is gone.
The way I see it, right? Akainu versus Kuzan, it reminds me of Ace versus Smoker at Alabasta, where Ace said, hey, Smoker, if we fight, man, this is going to go forever.
It's going to take a long
like,
time.
Our powers just contradict.
Yeah. So ultimately, Akainu is strong. I don't have, like, again, I don't think Admirals are stronger than Yonko in general. I think there's certain matchups, certain things that, you know, but I don't think Admirals are stronger than Yonko. But I think, again, people are realizing that they're closer than they initially thought. So that's interesting.
That's pretty much where it's at. Right? Like Kaido and all of them, like they're going to be stronger, but the Admirals are right there.
They're not, they're not that far behind.
It's foolish to like leave them out of the conversation.
That's always been my thing. That's always been my thing. Kuzan is not a typical Blackbeard pirate. He has subordinates. He doesn't always listen to Blackbeard.
The subordinate thing is interesting. I said the subordinate thing is interesting. People are saying he has sword members up in there.
I wouldn't be surprised. But
so?
here's the thing. Actually, I don't think so. Because I don't think so. Because at the end of the day, his goal is not Blackbeard. Like, he's not trying to infiltrate Blackbeard's crew and get
how
he's
can
using
they
Blackbeard
be
as a
free?
vehicle to get to what he really wants, which is the world government. Yes, he could become a revolutionary, but that's kind of boring.
Yeah, and
it's
plus,
more interesting in
Blackbeard
this route.
offered him the spot to begin with, right? Like, if the Rev showed up and we had Dragon instead of Blackbeard showing up at that island,
maybe he might go.
Yeah, exactly. Blackbeard was just the first person that came to him.
I think the thing is, we always assumed that he went to Blackbeard, and it was like, oh, he's just trying to infiltrate. Seeing it play out, I'm like, oh damn, no, he was just there chilling and
a twist of fate,
you know. And now he's working with Blackbeard, and I like Oda is saying, like, he doesn't mean he got to do the stuff that he does, you know. It's like some casualties. Like, he's a pirate.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But he's still Kuzan. That's how I look at it.
I do gotta say, but people have been taking the word casualty and they're like, wait, who did he kill? And it's like, guys, casualty doesn't always have to mean kill, by the way.
Yeah, it doesn't mean death.
It also means just injure people or hurt people along the way.
Yep.
Because people are like, wait, did he kill Garp? Did he kill Cracker? It's like, no. He injured people he cares about. Yeah.
I mean, Garp is clearly not dead. Cracker's clearly not dead, so they're fine. The next one was basically the draft, the military draft, and the world government, they just pulled Fujitora and
they just took freaking Kingdom soldiers and made them part of
They just said, hey, you're really strong. Come work for us.
That kind of sucks, huh?
If you're the kingdom, like, imagine if you have a Fujitora, right, in this small kingdom. And it's like, oh man, we're so good. We're set.
Nobody's gonna attack us.
And here comes fucking Kadar.
He's like, Fujitora, you've been drafted. Come with me, man.
And it's like, we just bought the gambling house, so you technically, you belong to us.
I like how he whipped out Kadar out of everybody.
I don't know why I thought of Kadar.
I mean, he was mentioned in the SBS, right? Even in the SBS, people were wondering if Hound was Kadar or like some distant relative.
Maybe that's why I was thinking about it.
Yeah, I love that Kadar is getting his flowers in 2024. That guy deserves it.
What's the most random name you can pull in regards to One Piece?
Like the most random name?
Yeah.
Jack.
The Drought?
Yeah. I was thinking about like the Cactus guy, but I think I'm just thinking about Cactus Jacks. I wanted to go to Cactus Jacks earlier, man.
Random.
John Argo was his name. His name's not Jack.
Barriette.
Barriette. Who's Barriette? Is that like one of Big Mom's kids?
Isn't that the monkey from Zoe?
Barriette, the monkey from Zoe?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought his name was Barriette.
You mean Blackjack or Jack Black?
No, Blackjack was the gorilla.
Gorilla.
Yeah, Blackjack was the gorilla.
Monkey Zoe. Here, I'm looking it up. Yeah, Barriette. Yeah, Barriette. Yeah, you got
it.
All right.
That's good.
The little goofball with the
little monkey. That's who people thought was the traitor. Funny enough.
Really?
Fun fact. People thought Barriette was the traitor in Zoe.
No way.
I'm sure. I don't know if the theory is still up or is the thread is still up. Barriette was who
I remember.
Thought it was.
Do you think the theory is still alive today?
No, I mean.
People are looking at it like, yeah, Barriette actually controls Kinemon. He's pulling the strings still.
Yeah.
That's still out there. That's crazy. If you still think it's Barriette after like the Raizo moment, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, John Argo's my pick, man. I don't know. He was a bounty. I think he's the last bounty hunter we saw in the series. But he like picked up all the weapons in the Coliseum and he just started throwing them. He was so cool.
John Argo. That's somebody I did not remember at all.
Oh.
Yeah, John Argo is awesome, man.
John Argo.
Wait, did I just make that name up?
You talking about? I'm looking.
No,
I'm
no,
looking
no.
for John Argo.
John Ango. Sorry, dude. I keep on forgetting his name. That's how irrelevant he is. He's eluded me 3 times in a row. I keep on throwing out the wrong name. Yeah, John Ango.
John Ango. Okay, Jean.
Yeah, he's a bounty hunter. He just picks up
Okay,
weapons
I
and
remember
throws
him.
them.
I remember him because he was like, was he fighting Abdullah and Jeet?
I think he was kind of fighting everybody, man. He was in Luffy's round, I believe.
Okay, give me another random character name.
Another random character name? You go first.
Monjaro.
Who's Monjaro?
The fake Zoro.
Wait, who? Monjaro.
Yeah, fake Zoro.
Oh, the fake Zoro guy. Yeah. Hey, he has a name? I forgot all their names.
Oh, you don't know Drip?
I remember Drip. I remember Drip because it's so stupid.
Yeah,
but I
fake
don't remember
Sanji's Drip. Then you got oh man, what's the fake loop? Damalo Black.
Damaro Black, yeah. Three-tongued Damaro Black was his like, epithet.
Yeah, Damaro Black. I always remember remember their monster trio. I don't remember Nami and Robin, their name.
So for my pick is Yama.
Yama. Who's Yama?
Yama was Robin's first 1v1 as a part
Yeah.
of the Straw Hats. Yama was
Skypiea.
the really big fat guy in Skypiea.
Oh, Skypiea.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then I think Robin just like rolled him off a cliff or something.
All right.
It was one of Anel's priests.
All right, go. All right, you
Or
go.
not priests, but like guardian.
Give me another random person that now I can't know about them.
Now
I can't know
you
the name.
can't know?
Yeah.
Shoot. Another random person. I'm trying to think of like obscure one.
Right. It's difficult.
It's really hard. You go.
Random characters that Sai would not know. I know Bobbin came to mind.
Yeah, we already talked about Bobbin. I thought about like no, it's hard. Like I feel like you'll know most of these. I'm trying to like really dig deep.
Pierre.
Isn't that Gonfal's horse?
Yeah, that is Gonfal's horse.
What about Carne?
Carne.
You don't remember Carne?
No, I don't remember Carne.
Okay, I was so sure you'd get this. Carne is from the Baratier, Patty and Carne, like the two sous chefs. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I remember Carne.
Yeah, Carne's like the shorter guy.
Yeah, I don't have any more randoms that I don't think you know. That's crazy.
I have like one person that I had a feeling you will never guess him, but it's like the Wotan. I don't know his name though. The Wotan is like the half fishman, half giant hybrid.
Yeah.
Fun.
Big Pan is his name.
Yeah, I wouldn't have gotten that.
Yeah, Big Pan.
I wouldn't have gotten that at all. The last question on the thing was about Garling, and it was like, hey,
It's super simple.
how strong is Garling's combat abilities? Oh, it says strong. There's a reason for his
he's not a fraud,
strength.
guys.
Strong, right? He's not weak. I was like, okay, that's one where it's like, he said there's a reason for his strengths, and I'm like, all right, is there like, could he have an insane ability, insane transformation?
Yeah,
He's saying there's a
transformation,
reason for his strength.
devil fruit, literally
Yeah.
anything, right? Like, and that could mean so many things. Hey, there's a reason why this guy's strong. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah. Out of everything that happened this weekend that got revealed, River Card, SBS, questions, what's the most significant thing to you?
the most significant.
Yeah.
I'd say it's the Kizaru thing, to be honest.
Oh,
it's-
I'd forgotten about that for a second.
Like you forgot. Yeah. Good one. I mean, for me, like I was always on the boat that Kizaru was the guy who brought Luffy food. Like that was always my number one pick. I talked about like the other options like Caribou, Sanji and all of them, but like it never made as much sense as the Kizaru option.
Kizaru, right.
And it was honestly surprising to see how many people didn't think it was Kizaru, and it's like
They were against it.
Like the narrative fits it really well. Like he's the only character that could have done it here. That makes sense.
I think it's because of what it would do to certain narratives and
Mm.
where it's like if it's Kizaru, things get really murky if you feel a certain way about certain characters. And now it's confirmed Kizaru. I know people saying it's not confirmed because it's confirmed. Now it's confirmed Kizaru. You're forced to go back and look at the story different. I feel like sometimes people are reading and they have a perspective that they believe in, and it's like, no, this is what it is. It's like, are you open to the idea that you could be wrong? And I think that's the crazy part that I guess sometimes viewers don't see or understand. As a YouTuber, you gotta always be prepared to be wrong and acknowledge it sometimes. I mean, a lot of times, or the viewers are going to bring it up. Like, Sai, you remember you said this was this. And, people have no issue bringing up when you're wrong. And so it's just one of those things that, I feel like more viewers should probably do. Just be open to the fact that you could be wrong.
Yeah, that's like whenever we do these videos or like I do my solo videos too, it's like we talk about one option that we believe in and then we bring up all the other options too, right?
Right.
Like you gotta leave the door open for yourself. And that's why like I want Kizaru to be the guy who brought Luffy food, but if it wasn't him and if another option was better, I would have gone with that. But narratively, it always
Kizaru makes a lot of sense considering everything that he was doing. And how I feel like his performance was.
And then plus, like, if you look at the chapters, like, it just frames it to where it looks like Kizaru did it too. Like, you take out the narrative, and it's like, oh, Luffy asked for food. You see Kizaru shuffling around. We come back. Luffy has food. Kizaru's sitting up, right? Like, it's like, okay, wait a minute. What happened in between there, right? Like, he's the only person that did move in that instance. So I feel like it just made sense. So it's surprising to see that this caught people off guard, or like people didn't even consider this as an option to begin with.
I think a lot of people didn't. It's almost like with the Aokiji and Garp thing, where people are looking at it like, no, Aokiji was definitely trying to kill him. I'm just like, bro, you got to read between the lines with what Aokiji's saying, what Garp is saying.
Yeah.
What the story's telling us, with Kizaru, I feel like the story is telling us, yeah, he doesn't want to do this. He straight up said he didn't want to do this. And so, again, people are just in denial. I guess my one thing, I'm sorry, you were going to say something.
Oh, no, I was just going to say, like, and then we had, like, the Vivid cards where, of course, it's flavor text, but they talk about how Kuzan and Kizaru separately were both pained in their experiences, right? Like, they didn't want to do what they had to do. And it's like, and then now people are like, oh my God, like, I don't think Kuzan wanted to kill Garp, or I don't think Kuzan wanted to fight Garp, or, oh, Kizaru, I don't think he wanted to kill Vegapunk, guys. It's like, wait a minute, guys, it's been here. Like, it's not like a crazy revelation, right?
That's what we've been saying. But I think people call that cope.
Yeah, it's cope until the Vivid card drops, right?
I see people still denying it. And we gotta talk to the people as well that had insane cope when they were talking about Garp and him not having Conqueror's Haki. Well, in the Vivid card, it is confirmed that Garp has Conqueror's Haki. So
how is that even insane? I mean, Luffy has Conqueror's Haki,
and it is. I believe Ivankov said Luffy has it just like Dragon or something like that.
Yeah, like, this is Dragon's son. Yeah, that's what Ivankov said.
So that implies that Dragon has it. Why would Garp not have it? And I think people were saying Garp doesn't have it because of Kobe.
What?
And because people were saying if Garp has it, then Honestly Impact has to be Conqueror's Haki, and people don't want Kobe to have Conqueror's Haki. So, but Kobe in the Vivid card does not have Conqueror's Haki.
That's so strange. It's like, dude, Garp was fighting Roger in his prime. Like, how does he not have Conqueror's Haki? Rocks the Zabek. And then the thing with Kobe, right? I can understand people not wanting Kobe to have Conqueror's Haki yet, but if he's going to be the Fleet Admiral, if Kobe wants to surpass his mentor and fight Luffy in the future, doesn't he need Conqueror's Haki eventually? Like, I feel like it's one of those things, like, yeah, if he doesn't have it now, he's just gonna get it later. So, like, does it really matter?
And if he goes a route with no Devil Fruit, no weapon, how can he keep up with Luffy, who has Conqueror's Haki, Jesus Fruit, insane abilities? Like, he has everything. Kobe just go in there with.
I like what they say. Like with Kobe needs to have like Conquerors or Observation or whatever, because how else can he keep up with the other top tiers? I like that.
Yeah, it's like one of those things, like, you shouldn't be surprised if Kobe gets Conqueror's Haki. Same with Mihawk, right? Because I think Mihawk doesn't have Conqueror's Haki based on the Vivid
It's not
cards,
listed.
like,
It's not listed.
Like,
but I'm open to it.
Yeah. If Mihawk shows up next day with Conqueror's Haki, it shouldn't be like a big surprise. Like, yeah, it's like shocking because he finally showed it, but it shouldn't catch anybody like on the left foot, right?
Like, huh? How?
Is it this guy?
Mihawk? Like, even Akainu, if he has Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, I mean, he's up there, dude. Like, Fleet Admiral. I mean, hey, all I gotta say is that, the other Fleet Admiral had Conqueror's Haki. I mean, if Akainu had it, wouldn't be shocked.
And then, if Akainu has it, it kind of confirms a pattern for me.
Yeah.
With, you know what I'm saying? Where it's just like, yeah, we have all these admirals, but the two Fleet Admirals, Conqueror's Haki. So
that means that Kong probably has Conqueror's Haki too.
Possibly. And then first of all, it's funny because back in the day, before it got revealed that Sengoku had Conqueror's Haki, the narrative was Marines couldn't have Conqueror's Haki. Subservient to someone or something.
Yeah,
that was a narrative. That was a narrative. And now 2 Marines confirmed. So, it's kind of like,
it's not shocking.
I'm sure there's going to be more. But, I mean, Conqueror's Haki is still a relatively rare thing.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people don't have it, So, like, those 2 Marines having it, I'm going to assume they're going to be a few more within the Marines, but it's not going to be a thing that a lot of Marines have. It's true, a lot of pirates don't have it, but you know, it is what it is. But Sai,
Brago.
and it's a lot more. Sure, Sai, you made videos on a few things, right?
Oh yeah, I just like briefly went over all this, just talked about it base level.
Yeah. So Sai's video to all of that will be below. I've made videos on a bunch of these different things.
What you
I
should
hear
do.
more information to come out.
Oh, sorry, I was about to say, like, what you should do is that, like, down below, you should link your video, and it just says it says size video, but it goes to your video instead.
I'll do that.
That's a good idea.
Maybe I'll do that. Yeah, that sounds like a good idea. But yeah, shout out to PP, shout out to Arter. They translated everything. And Sai, appreciate you pulling up. Always a great time, my brother.
Of course, man, dude. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it, and thank you guys for watching. We really appreciate it as well. And chapter is coming out around the corner, man. Stay tuned for that.
I hope so. Man, I hope a new chapter drops.
Brago.
We getting a chapter this week?
You're barking up the wrong tree. I have no idea. It's anybody's ball game now.
Anybody's ball game. Yeah, it's been a lot of information. One Piece is supposed to be a break for
Splash
3 weeks. Then it comes out where it's like it was an error on the Manga Plus website, the English site. Now it's supposed to come out as scheduled. But Sai is letting me know that there's no hints, no spoilers, no nothing. And it is Wednesday. So what is going on? I don't know. Is this the end of the spoilers? Did they finally get a wrangle on the people that leak? Find out next time. It's like a secret like operation where like Redon got caught, Pew Peas got caught.
They're still tweeting. I mean, they're fine unless like SEAL Team 6 is posing as them.
Exactly, they took over their account, man. You think it's Pew Peas? Pew Peas is about to have a meetup with all the like leakers, and they're like, "Yeah, we're gonna meet at the
in real life, guys.
Yeah, it's time to meet up. It's time for us to know what each other looks like."
Like the Akatsuki.
Exactly, and it's just the cops just waiting. The manga cops.
Wasn't there a mole in the Akatsuki too?
Was there?
No, there wasn't. I'm thinking about Zetsu, but Zetsu's like a.
Nah, Zetsu was he was just reporting their Madara, no?
Yeah, he was just reporting Madara.
Yeah, so I don't think there was.
And Kaguya.
He's reporting everybody. Maybe I guess he's considered a mole. So chapter, if we get it, or if you don't, I have some thoughts about some certain things, and I want to talk about Loki today. What are your thoughts on Loki, Sai? How do you feel about him?
I think he's all right so far. Nothing about him makes me, want to put him in a top 10 list of my favorite characters, but I think he's really interesting. His personality, his parallels to Luffy. You said, what about strength?
Yeah.
That's still wishy-washy. I mean, like, right now he seems okay.
2.6.
But I think 2.6 is crazy. But, like, what really carries him for me is the fact that apparently it took all the giants in Elbaf to put him down. And then plus, like, we have the timeline with, Shanks became a Yonko 6 years ago. Loki got locked up 6 years ago.
So basically the giants can do it.
Also there? Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's a lot. That feels excessive for somebody like that. And 2.6 as a special bounty, by the way, because he technically isn't a pirate.
Yeah.
Isn't that messed up, though?
How so?
I'm not a pirate, but yet there's a bounty on me.
Well, if you're a criminal, like Dragon, the Revs, Higuma, the Mountain Bandit, like, I think he's deserved.
But the thing is, Dragon is, like, actively trying to take down the world government.
Yeah.
Like, Higuma, the Mountain Bandit.
Like, what is Loki even doing? Like, what is Loki even doing to deserve a bounty? That's great stuff, but it's fine.
Owned and affiliated nations. I'm doing shit in a nation that you guys have no business in. Why are you in our business?
Loki's a murderer, though. He killed his dad base level. And not to mention,
allegedly
this guy gets introduced. The first thing he says is that he wants to destroy the world.
We all have lofty aspirations, all right?
If a guy's walking outside on the street saying, "I'm gonna kill everybody," like, we're gonna call the police on him, right? Like, it's
what's the charge?
I don't know, man. Like, Loki's an interesting guy. I think the 2.6 is well deserved. Don't let this maniac loose. Don't drop the bounty. If anything, raise it up a little bit.
Yeah, 2.6 on somebody that's not a pirate, but he's a alleged murderer. Have you seen the body world government? Have you ever even been to Elbaf to basically substantiate any of these claims? I don't know.
You don't need to, bro. Those rumors are heavy.
He's a bit racist to me, but 2.6 billion nonetheless we have with Loki. But the big question is, who's going to free him? Or if Luffy's going to free him, and if Luffy does free him, what's going to happen? I guess we could like explore if Luffy frees him, like what are the implications of that? Like if Luffy lets him go after Luffy gets the key, who is immediately affected? How does Hyrule feel about it? And what does he do in response, like to Luffy? Is he no longer his subordinate? Like, does he defend Luffy because it's Luffy's decision and he basically agreed to whatever Luffy's decision is, he's with. How does that go?
See, this is where it gets a little bit dicey because I view Luffy's actions here in Elbaf more than just, oh, it's Luffy, he's a pirate, whatever. Like, to Elbafians, Luffy is more than that. He is the sun god. So it's more so like, oh, your god decided to release this criminal, right?
Well, not all of them yet.
Yeah, not all of them yet know about Luffy's powers, right? We don't even know if Hardin knows. So far, only Dory and Brogy have really mentioned it.
Yeah, they call him that for the most part.
But
so
the minute they see Luffy in Gear 5th, they're going to realize that he is like the guy that they worship. So like, even if Luffy makes a bad decision and releases Loki, and Loki destroys Yggdrasil, destroys the Atom Tree, or, you know, causes havoc, I feel like as a giant, you kind of have to follow it, right? It's like your religion in a way.
Yeah.
Like, oh, like we're just going to have to hope that Luffy solves all of this, or hope that Luffy knows what's best, even though in reality, you know, we love Luffy, but let's be real, he doesn't make the best decisions sometimes. So
No.
About what Loki
I'm
does.
just see how it goes.
Once he sees Gear 5.
Well, he can't see him because he has like bandages on. You know,
Rips him off.
He rips him off. I feel like he'll also start piecing it together. I think this chapter was very intentional. Like, we didn't see Gear 5 Luffy punching Loki, right? It was Gear 4th. One, I think Gear 4th is easier to access now that Luffy can just partially transform. But it's not Gear 5th, right? Luffy went Gear 5th on a snake. He didn't do it on Loki. I feel like Oda's hiding that reveal. Because Loki would have a crazy reaction.
It's a very important reaction. I agree with that. I mean, I think at some point Luffy is going to reveal that form to Loki, and Loki's gonna, you know, I think they're gonna have a fight because I think Loki's gonna be like, well, you're the sun god, I'm the sun god. Let's see who's the real sun god.
Yeah.
But Luffy, of course, Luffy's gonna go giant form, right? It's gonna be giant versus giant. It's gonna be, I think it's gonna be a beautiful fight. It's gonna be one of those. I'm like, okay, like, all right,
like two kaijus fighting.
You know, two titans.
Yeah, two titans, two kaijus.
I hate Attack on Titan, but two titans. Because I mean, let's be honest. So far, Attack on Titan fights are way better than kaiju fights.
Yeah, because it's faster paced. I think that's why, right?
Yeah. I mean,
kaiju fights, you spent like 10 years throwing a single punch, bro.
The Hoshino fight was good.
The Hoshino fight?
Yeah, where when he was like still regular sized versus. Yeah, that's pretty good. Either way, I have a different perspective here with Loki.
Oh, okay. What's up?
Luffy says, no.
I'm okay.
And leaves him.
All right.
Somebody comes along. Somebody that doesn't like Shanks as well.
Your favorite character.
Has a vendetta. Strong. Down, not out. Should be in Elbaf. Your boy.
Your guy.
Eustace Captain Kidd. Now.
I like this idea.
Now, an alliance right now is not something that Kidd probably wants to do, but I think they could share in their disdain of the red-haired Shanks.
The sun god Jika meme would become true, huh?
It would become true because then Loki may start to believe that Jika is a real thing. And so now we have Kidd allying with Loki, freeing Loki just to spite Shanks. But it doesn't end there.
Oh, your future saying more?
We have another character that's allegedly in Elbaf that may have some disdain. Not specifically for Shanks.
Are you talking about Road?
Not Road. No.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, I've seen the Road theories too. Like, Road releases him.
No, not for Shanks. Not him. He doesn't really have disdain for Shanks, but maybe for Shanks' former captain.
Oh, Sheik.
So now we have a three-way alliance with Kidd, Shiki, and Loki.
Wouldn't that be something, right? Kidd's second three-way alliance in the series. That'd be something. Because he tried to get Hawkins and Apu, and now he's like, you know what? Hawkins and Apu didn't work. I'm going to get Shiki.
I'm going to run it back one more time. But the thing is, it's not the goal. I mean, the goal would be to take out Shanks again, because wasn't that what they were trying to do?
Yeah, that was the goal originally.
Yeah.
Which, to be, hey, if Apu and Hawkins were on that boat with Kidd on Elbaf, do you think they would have fared better?
Yeah, they do. Because if they're allied, I would assume that Hawkins could do something where like Kidd isn't just eradicated right away through his strawman. No?
Oh, okay. Yeah, maybe he gives Kidd like an extra life.
Yeah, he gets an extra life, so he's not immediately done. And then like the entire Shanks, all the Red Hair Pirates have to get involved for sure.
Yeah. And then it could be like that meme of people saying, oh, like Apu is Shanks' #1 counter because Shanks can't cover both of his ears.
Exactly. Like at that point, he's gonna get hit with the music regardless.
Oh, maybe that was the group that Kidd needed, the alliance. But yeah, I mean, I guess Shiki and Loki, I mean, that's the next best thing, right? You can't have Apu or Hawkins, boom, Shanks and Shiki and Loki.
And the thing is, like, I don't think if Kidd goes after the key to free Loki, and regardless at this point, I don't think the alliance would matter. It's just about, we share in our disdain for Shanks. Shanks defeated me 6 years ago. He defeated you. Like,
Yesterday.
yeah, let's take him down, you know? And, you know, you and Killer both have your eyes covered. You got...
Yeah, something's going on here. You can bond with that.
You know, but I just feel like it's a way to kind of introduce Kid back into the story, give him agency again. And I think with that group, now he's actually a threat again. Like by himself, no, but if he's allied with Loki and Shiki more far-fetched, but I think with Loki, that would make some sense to me. How you feel about that? I was thinking about that earlier. I was, oh shit.
I like it. I like the Kid idea a lot, especially if you throw in Loki too. My only problem, and I've talked about this before too, but like Kid is very prideful. Like there's no way he would want to ask Loki to do it for him. Kid would be like, hey, like Loki, let's take down Shanks together, or let's alliance, or you have to work under me. It's got to be something like that, because the way Loki offered it to Luffy is, you know, it was like a one-man adventure, right? He's like an assassin.
Yeah,
like,
I'd do any
yeah,
captain, any ship, any crew,
any pirate crew, and I'll take them out. Like Kid would have to be there too, because Kid is very prideful. He would want to personally put Shanks down.
Absolutely.
So it would have to be, like you said, an alliance, which I think that could work.
I think so too.
And you know, Kid, he has his magnet abilities. I don't know if keys are, or the key that chained Loki up is magnetic.
Yeah.
But maybe he could just, you know, just put his hand up in the sky and do it. And you know, people, dude, it's such a meme. But the Onigashima sword, people looked at it, they're like, oh, Kid's gonna use it, Kid's gonna do it.
Maybe he does it with the Elbaf sword.
Never happened. So maybe it happens with the Elbaf sword, right? I mean, I know people don't like the Kid hype, but I mean, he's here. He's literally here.
That's what I'm saying. He's there. It's like, it just makes sense considering, like, bro, Shanks has been running through these people. He's been a foil for them. Like, why would they not ally to take him down if Luffy declines to free Loki? You know, because he has to get free in some way. That's obvious that's going to happen. Why not somebody that's as demented as Kid? And like, what does he have to lose at this point? You know, like, doesn't have a ship, his crew. I mean, it'll be interesting if some of his crew members died as well. That would make it a little, you know, a bit more tragic if like some of them died. Not all of them made it. And now Kid has to rebuild his crew. It's like, yo, let's go after Shanks. So I just feel like Luffy's easy considering Luffy's right there, but we have other people that, again, and Kid has a 3 billion berry bounty. It's not like he's a slouch in regards to just comparison to Loki, where Loki's at 2.6. I don't know if Loki could recognize Kid, and Kid's like, yeah, I got a 3 billion berry bounty. I'm not fodder. So
yeah.
And then Kid has the capabilities in Devil Fruit to be able to fight against giants himself. So
yeah, and he also has the Big Mom certification too, right?
Yeah.
Like he helped take down Big Mom. Maybe Loki feels a certain way about that since he wanted to marry Lola.
Ooh, that's interesting. That's a good connection.
Yeah.
It's like maybe they get into that conversation that comes up. And it's like, after I
Loki's
took out
like,
that old
I
hag.
almost allied with her, but you know, I didn't marry her daughter.
He's like,
and then
well,
Kid's like, don't worry, I took out that hag.
Yeah, I killed her. She's at the bottom of lava.
No
and
more
he's like,
hag maxing.
I like how you think. I just think that alliance makes more sense than the Luffy and Loki alliance.
And you know what? Like Kid, you mentioned Kid's crew dying,
Yeah.
which I don't think is that insane considering the fact that that's what Roger did to Squard. Like Roger killed all of Squard's crewmates and left Squard alive. Like that is like people say Roger's a great guy. I'm like, yeah, sure, like he's got some good qualities, but he's a pirate, bro. Like Roger killed his crew and left Squard alive to like wallow in despair. Like Kid's kind of the same way. Like if Kid survives and if Killer and everybody else is dead, yeah, maybe you know, he is
Killer being dead would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be
he's
insane.
going after.
Yeah, if Killer is dead, it doesn't matter. I'm allying with anybody to take Shanks down.
Yeah.
And of course, Luffy's not going to ally with him and some shit like that. So like, I would like that. I would like Kid going through some tragedy, some pain of loss, and then like coming back, maybe some training, you know, training with Loki. I don't know.
I mean, this is like Ruskina, right? Like that's what Luffy says. Like, hey, these animals, they're
trains with like
Ruskina.
Would it be insane if like Kid is going through like what Luffy's going through, but just like a 2 years later?
Yeah, I mean that's how I see it though. Like this is a great training arc for anybody who comes here.
Remember, Kid got
like,
he got Luffy. His entire crew essentially got eradicated by Kizaru and Kuma, right, for different reasons. But they all got eradicated, got separated, went through a war, was mildly successful, you could say, right? Got accomplished his goal, but by the end of it, like I said, by the end with like Kid versus Shanks, everything is done. And now after that, Luffy has to go on an island and train for a couple of years against some fucking animals. So, like for Kid, he goes, now he's on this island and there's some animals, and now he has to overcome these animals and to get stronger.
There it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
And
maybe
I can see it. I mean, this island doesn't have a lot of metal from what we've seen thus far.
maybe that's
So
how he
I'd be curious to see how Kid
compensates,
grows.
where he can
Yeah.
like create metal in some
Either
way.
create metal or just like focus on hockey. Like it still
Yeah.
bothers me that Kid has
Yeah.
Conqueror's hockey. We've never seen it. And then to add insult to injury, man, when Luffy used Ryuo, Kid was like, "What the hell is that?"
Yeah.
It's like, Kid, come on, like at least pretend to know what that is, man.
He's like, oh yeah, I know what that is. Of course, that makes sense. But
That is hockey.
I think what made me think about it as well is like how you told me in Japan how Kid was so popular. I was like, yo, if he's that popular over there, like Oda must have some more use for him if he's like moving numbers like that. Like he can't just get rid of that
dude.
character, you know?
In America, you'll never find Kid merch on the shelves, man.
Yeah.
It's not flying up. But in Japan, people like Kid.
Yeah.
They sold his Jika no Mi at stores, like little keychains, little like mimic devil fruits. I was like,
Yep.
and they don't have a lot of them. They have like Luffy, they have Chopper. I think they have like one or two. They have the Opi no Mi.
Yeah.
But of course, like Kid was up there too. Like Kid is pretty popular in Japan, surprisingly so. You know, if Oda has a different mindset of Kid than the rest of the fan base here in the West, like yeah,
I'm here
Kid
for
could
it.
he could be very loved in this arc.
That'd be amazing if Kid can have some redemption here. And I think Loki's a favorite, like a great character to do it because so many people like Loki. If Kid can kind of establish himself, it's not even like his superior, but more like a cross skill with Crocodile and Mihawk thing, where it's just like, hey, we have similar goals. Like, let's just work together to accomplish them. Like, I can free you here. And he's like, remember Loki's offer to Luffy, hey, if you free me, I can go eradicate any pirate crew that you want. And he tells Kid like, hey, if you free me, I can go eradicate any pirate crew that you want. And the Kid's like, what about red hair? He's like, red hair, that'd be my favorite one to get rid of. And he's like,
that was the first on the list.
And he's like, my only stipulation is that I do it with you, you know? And then the alliance is kind of formed there. And so I just thought of like a way to incorporate Kid again, just because like I don't think he's dead. He's in Elbath. Luffy freeing Loki would be just so out of the norm, but you know, it's not impossible. But you know, we'll see. And then even
one thing I'm scared of.
Go
for it.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was about to say the one thing I'm scared of is that Loki's a trickster. What if Kid releases him and Loki says, "Yeah, I was just joking."
Oh shit! And Kid gets eradicated
and then
again.
Kid's gonna look even worse, dude. I don't want to set Kid up, but like if Kid releases Loki and Loki says, gotcha. Like, cause he called Shanks a coward, then he said he was joking. What if he's joking about this, wiping out any pirate crew?
But then
I feel so bad for Kid.
Here's how Kid looks impressive if he can't just overwhelm Kid, right? If Loki tries to do it and Kid is like, I'm not weak, like,
you've got to come with me to take down Shanks. You're gonna do it.
Because again, Kid has the power to fight against giants. Like he can make big metal things. So
big metal things. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. You can make big metal things.
That bull was bigger than Big Mom, no?
Yeah, it was. It
was pretty big. Like, so he can fight against enemies of that size and caliber. So I don't know.
You know what? I'm tired, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'm just gonna end the stream. Peace, God bless, and see you next time. Wait, hold up. What the hell is this? This. See you next time. Bye bye.